Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Can you hear me now? Oh yeah. It is time for women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Welcome back to Final Fantasy X. where your ancestors are going to hell no matter what. You know how it goes.
Sorry about that, girl.
Sorry about
but the
that,
date is still on?
Date is still on. Faye is saying things. Yayed.
Ah.
It's women time. You know what that means. Yeah. So sorry for your girl. She peeked Mike again. Oh no. You know
Any
how
such
it goes.
cases.
You know how it goes.
Yeah, sorry about your dad, Lingxi, but I'm glad you're pretty okay with it.
Yeah, glad you're okay with it. We just kind of, I had a nap and then, made a thing from October. Ooh, I have to take a peek then.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Oh. Buddy.
Happy Sailor Moon month to Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, Timekeeper Bun. That's adorable. Oh, there he is. There they are.
Yeah, she deserves many hugs.
Yeah. And we spent some of our money to partly cure her arms.
Yeah. And also Yijun's relative adopted an egg?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I don't know what to make of
was that one of the relatives or was that someone unrelated?
Oh, hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I think that was one of... that was one of Yijun's relatives. No...
Just a random guy with a dead dog?
He worked at the Golden Apex. Lingxi knew him.
Ah.
Yeah. We all kind of went there together. We are so back, Lamp.
We're so back.
Oh yeah. Now, I think... Yeah, there's nothing shiny to be found at work. We can go to Lingxi's.
Oh my god, look at the Paleon plush. Look at it.
Oh my god, yes.
We type the text box, we gotta look at it closer.
Little Paleon plushie, oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
We made the best decision here. You all be pleased to know that I can breathe again. Yeah! Yeah! We love to hear it, Chris. I have a little Paleon plushie, I want one. So bad.
Please.
Lingxi opened the door, led Lyu Xuan into the living room, and then sat beside her with a smile. Doesn't seem completely transparent. This new? We might have been through this before, but... Oh no, I think we have been through this before.
Do you control the opacity of your arm? Don't think we've asked before. Ayo?
Oh? I feel like we have, I think.
Okay, yeah, we learned that her bones were exposed frequently as a child.
Yeah.
Which is deeply horrific.
Very concerning.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before. Poor girl had to put like those arm-length cafeteria plastic gloves on.
Yeah.
Just to keep her arm juice intact.
Are these the same questions that we can ask at our place then?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Maybe this is a consequence of unlocking her room here. She said it lightly, but Lyu Xuan's brow furrowed as she listened. Bones and bones and bones and bones and bones. Lyu Xuan nodded. She'd only asked out of curiosity, but the answer left her uneasy. Reaching out, she hesitated a moment before resting her hand over Lingxi's transparent
这
one.
么多年来，
Do you think that sometimes when she has nightmares, her arms melt off?
Oh. Yeah, possibly. Lingxi tilted her head and smiled, her cheek resting against her shoulder. Oh. Alright. That combines with bones and 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 bones.
Bones and no, wait, no.
Water and water and
I
water.
tried to combine the words bone and over.
Ah.
Big same, Chris.
Bover and bover and bover, bover and bover. It's so bover. Alright, we still can't actually see the horse statue. I'm so sad. Alright, we have to go wait for
Someday.
time to wait for Terramorp to make the next move.
Imagine if it was the three goddesses statue from Uma Musume.
Oh my god. Ooh, part 3. Under the dome.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, gee.
The last drops of red tea were gone. With that, Lyu Xuan and her friends' leisurely afternoon drew to a close. They leaned against the railing, watching a swath of dark clouds blanket the sea ahead. Looks like we'll be rocking to sleep tonight, her friend said, then turned gracefully and stepped inside, opening the door with a soft click. At the doorway stood the captain, asking Lyu Xuan which course to take next. Push through the storm-torn region ahead, or detour toward calmer but unknown waters. Lyu Xuan...
Heck should I know, you're the captain.
Yeah. Lyu Xuan answered. Whoop. Lyu Xuan answered. Go ahead, Lyu Xuan.
Captain, a path to the Logos Pier isn't a matter of choice. Both within and without, it's a journey that must be taken. You're the captain, why are you asking me?
So very deep. Hello, twin. The captain nodded
Hi,
and
twin.
vanished like mist into the corridor. Her friend gently turned the doorknob, and the door closed with a quiet thud. She sat down on the bed, legs crossed, and tossed another question Lyu Xuan's way.
It's Yuri, Ivory.
When the rain comes, who's holding the umbrella inside the room? You or me? Lyu Xuan shook her head.
There's no need to shield against this rain. Let it touch our skin, soak our clothes. We need to carry it forward. I am thinking.
Yeah.
Enormous conspiracy board about hell money and the rain and the mother of humanity and the child of the mother of humanity.
Oh.
Thinking.
Rani Buki.
Where's Ron when we need her?
Wait, please. Then who's driving the boat? Her friend stifled a giggle behind her hand, then asked how Lyu Xuan planned to deal with her luxurious cruise ship once they reached their destination. Abandon it to the depths or dismantle it and haul the pieces ashore. All the pieces ashore for salvage. Lyu Xuan ran her fingers along the pristine railing and raised her head to steady her wind-blown hair.
The ship will drift alone at sea until it decides it's ready to die.
Just like me, for real, for real.
Yeah, beginning to think this isn't a normal boat we're having memories of.
Right. And we also did find, like, the mysterious moving boat wreck underneath in the harbor.
Right.
Which was just a straight-up cruise ship, right? Her friend burst into laughter. Lyu Xuan blinked, puzzled. To her, every answer had been the right one. Wiping tears from her eyes, her friend smiled gently and spoke. Lyu Xuan, why do you keep dodging the choice? Suddenly, the ship lurched violently. Lyu Xuan gripped the railing to keep her balance, wanting to tell her friend, still perfectly poised on the bed, that she had made a choice, just not one for the list presented. She opened her mouth to say it. No sound came. Then she opened her eyes. And there, a horse statue!
Horse statue!
Palian
Their
was...
dog!
Oh. Good dog. I want to see a full shot of the horse statue. And
Oh, that building is Pocha Boom Boom.
and I was gonna say, Pocha Boom Boom. Palian was shaking Lyu Xuan's shoulder. Take care, Ivory. Take care.
Yeah,
Hope you
thanks for
feel
stopping
better.
by.
Hope you feel better. Palian was shaking Lyu Xuan's shoulders, their soft, half-human face hovering just inches from hers as she groggily opened her eyes. She gave them a light
So Paleon's a he today.
Ah. She gave him a light pat on the waist, and and the fuzzy little creature tumbled off her with a lazy roll, landing on the ground in a heap of fur.
怎么回事？我记得刚才我还和怪怪四行在一起。
She looks really good in this palette.
Yeah.
It's like a...
It's just kind of a retro feeling.
Yeah. Rising to her feet, Lyu Xuan scanned her surroundings. The sky was a deep blackened crimson. People nearby were frozen in place, blurry silhouettes like abstract brushstrokes, all smeared into the stillness of the Grand Court Commercial Plaza. Not a sound, not a whisper. Horse statue.
Many
There
horses.
it is. So many horses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minimum.
Oh.
5 of them. Something was clearly wrong.
今天早上8点左右，我和陆文书聊了会儿天，然后和怪怪四行去了晴雨。接着下午3点多来这里和他吃了点东西。
Food was so bad we passed out?
We got the boom boom special. She was gradually becoming accustomed to these sudden, unknowable dangers, able to keep calm even when reason offered no reassurance. She didn't know where that composure came from, only that it was there.
怪怪四行是和我一起踏入豪庭的，但他却不在这里，是在别的位置吗？或者，这就是他动了什么手脚？接下来先去。
A fortress of logic began to rise in her mind, built brick by brick, but just as quickly the structure collapsed. She happened to glance down. Palian was crouched nearby, looking up at her with those bright, unblinking eyes, and the emotional tide shattered everything she'd constructed. When your doll gives you the look and you can't help but pet him.
Hang on, where are Palion's eyes?
Yeah.
I guess you could be called unblinking if you don't have any?
I suppose, yeah.
Wonder if this is another language thing or there's something about it we missed.
Lyu Xuan dropped into one knee and pulled Palian into a tight embrace. His slender, almost girlish arms wrapped around her neck in return.
Palion learned how to hug!
Aww. Even now, especially now, when faced with the bizarre and the unreal, Palian was always by her side.
真是没想到，
Can't fully see the head with all that fur. Yeah. Like it could very well be. I don't think there are eyes when her mouth opens and the tongue comes out, but...
Yeah.
Just as Lyu Xuan was about to stand, she froze. Behind Palian stood a figure cloaked in shadow. Looked like a young girl. Yet her outline shimmered like flowing water. She made no sound, no movement. But across her pitch-black form a single line of text began to surface?
She's got subtitles.
Oh!
Will you help me choose?
Lyu Xuan read the words, and the images from her dream resurfaced, looping in her mind. She gripped Palian's shoulders tighter, not speaking, not answering. Instead, she turned and backed away, sitting down on the tiled base of the galloping horse statue nearby. She began to piece together the sequence of events that had led her there. Rewind time. Yeah, literally. The time rewinds to 8 a.m. A man in a heavy overcoat trudged his way into the Grand Court Commercial Plaza. His movements were cautious, furtive, taking back alleys where no one walked, slipping through the long abandoned underground market where light no longer reached. He couldn't let anyone see him, not the thick black liquid oozing endlessly from his butt. Oh.
Hey, you cleaned that up.
Nor the face that had long ceased to resemble anything human. Dark fluid dripped slowly from his sleeve, forming small beads on the ground as he moved. That's concerning.
No face?
I don't know why he reminds me of like that, what's the chaos enemy? What's the chaos guy from Tsukihime? Whose like cloak is full of
Don't
beasts.
remember his name.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you're talking about.
On the surface of each droplet, barely a centimeter wide, faint words shimmered into being, far too small for anyone to notice. Like now, a food delivery rider zipped past on an electric scooter, tires rolling over right over the droplets. The words clung invisibly to the rubber wheels. but still more droplets leaked from the man's body, landing softly on concrete, each one bearing the same phrase over and over again. Lyu Xuan. What? What?
Hello?
Hello?
Where are we?
This is the Grand Court? Hey, everyone's here. Hello, Wenshu. Jasper and...
Do we check on the kids first or a beautiful woman?
or a beautiful woman, or a beautiful woman. Well, yeah, I say we check on the kids. We might have to do all of this. Cinnabar and Jasper stood inside the shop, their small backpacks slung over their shoulders, listening as West Flowing gave them their instructions. It wasn't often the siblings got to go out together without minding the store, and Jasper was practically buzzing with excitement. West Flowing's words might as well have been carried off by the wind for all the attention she paid. Luckily, Cinnabar was taking careful mental notes. Someone had to keep them both out of trouble. West Flowing explained that the previous generation's Jasper had once come to Egret City on a special mission. Now it wanted the twins to meet pre-Jasper? Oh. After all, it was that Jasper who had found them outside the burning house and brought them to West Flowing in the first place.
Where is the previous Cinnabar? Where is it?
Where is it? The way their entire lives had been shoved onto this strange, omen-ridden path by pre-Jasper. Jasper slung an arm around Cinnabar's shoulder, and the two of them shuffled out of the shop like a mismatched train car, one dragging the other. Behind the counter, unnoticed, the wooden figure of a humanoid doll began to stir. What? Once its form was fully shaped, the brown wood-grain surface started to peel away, flaking off to reveal soft, lifelike human skin beneath. The discarded wooden husks were quietly absorbed into the floorboards. Soon the last trace of wood vanished, and standing behind the counter was a boy identical in appearance to Cinnabar. With wide-open eyes and a stiff, expressionless face, he waited in silence, ready to greet the next customer.
Is that why the kids can leave the shop unattended for a bit? Because they got...
West Flowing can just spawn a marionette Cinnabar answering machine for the store.
I'm sorry, we can't reach you right now.
Please come back in 1 hour. Jasper was usually the lively and cheerful type, never one to shy away from trouble. But now, standing before the galloping horse statue at the gates of the Grand Court, both her hands were tightly gripping the strap of her shoulder bag. Cinnabar, of course, could easily tell that his sister was feeling anxious and unsettled. He took a small step to the right, so their shoulders touched, then said softly,
"我有点紧张，一会儿都不知道该跟他说什么。"
So we're all here to meet pre-Jasper. Jasper blinked, let go of the bag strap, and hooked her arm through Cinnabar's. With a deliberately cheerful tone, she smiled and said,
别担心，有我在。他跟我同一个名字，肯定不是什么坏人啦。一会儿看我跟他聊的天南地北、五湖四海，千山万水，还有。
What a reliable big sister.
Oh, we're gonna be such best friends. I love her little pirate bunny shirt. I don't know if we've mentioned that before. It's good. Just the supernatural child. It's one of them. Seeing his sister racking her brain so hard made Cinnabar feel a lot more at ease. Then out of nowhere,
one of the intern children.
Out of nowhere, he felt a hand pat his shoulder.
双胞胎现在都长这么大了。
Oh.
God, she's hot.
Oh. The tattoos, the sleeve. She's so good. The siblings turned their heads at the same time, staring at the tall woman beside them. Her presence so warm and energetic it made the winter air feel like summer. For a moment they didn't know how to respond.
上次抱你们的时候，才手机这么点大。
That's your point of comparison?
那你是单手一边刷一边把我们带给老板的吗？
Well, clever, I'm not sure if it's anti-exposure so much as indentured servitude?
Right.
It's okay, they're not mad about it.
Yeah. They're used to it. They don't know. They're used to it at this point.
They can leave any time as long as they find someone else to take their place.
Right. Yeah. Other supernatural creatures don't know about you. I mean, theoretically, it's like a supernatural mafia boss. You work for West Flowing, and other things don't mess with you.
挺幽默嘛，不错不错，看来老东西没影响到你们。
I mean, that's encouraging. Pre-Jasper straightened her back and gently ruffled both of their heads with her hands. Jasper's first impression. She's even taller than Lyu Xuan.
我们要怎么称呼你啊？我们俩都叫玄龟嘛。
简单点，既然我是上一代玄龟，就叫我上玄吧。
We really should come up with something better.
这么随便？你跟老板分道扬镳之后，没有给自己重新取一个名字吗？
Pre-Jasper pinched
Only
Cinnabar's
two
nose.
love interests clever, and I don't know why the other women are not available.
Pinched Cinnabar's nose and answered, like, realistically, yeah, like, I want to date all of the other women who are not identified as love interests.
我可舍不得改名字。
I want to date
Is Lyu
Wenshu.
Xuan just not their type?
你以后也会明白的。
I don't know. Name holds a lot of power.
好啦，招呼就打到这里吧，该办正事儿了。老东西叫你们来，除了让我看看当年捡回来的小宝贝儿们，
Two old gremlins.
还希望你们跟我学点东西吧。
She then turned and began pinching Jasper's cheeks. There.
以后他肯定会给你们派一些需要出远门，而且有些危险的工作。趁这次机会，我给你们上一课吧。
Thanks, senpai.
姐，我还想
Oh, the supernatural has been putting our life at risk since day one.
Oh, indeed. Yeah. Not yet this stream, but it's gonna happen. It may already be happening.
是吗？这么想跟我聊天呀？真可爱。
Can we
Right, our Jasper's the cutest.
Yeah. Can pre-Jasper, can we call you Jasper Sentai? That feels better than pre-Jasper.
Or
Pre-Jasper.
even Grand Jasper.
Grand Jasper. Oh, I like that. Grand Jasper started rubbing Jasper's chin like she was petting a puppy.
那就边走边说吧。这次委托我来陆城办事的人可是个急性子，拖得太久要挨骂的。
With that, she pushed the twins forward by their backs, the three of them stumbling slightly as they made their way toward Grand Court. All right. Yijun? Let's see what you're up to, girl.
Are you okay, girl?
That morning, Wang Yijun was up earlier than usual. Before the clock even struck 8, she was already at the door, arms full of bags as she made her way toward Grand Court. It had become a routine for her. 2 or 3 times a month, she would come here, always bringing supplies to the same place, a forgotten underground shop where Lin Ruoyin lived. Her deliveries include instant meals, clean bedding, pillowcases, and some daily necessities. Especially the food. Yijun would always go the extra mile, selecting flavors with care and balancing nutrition. Even though Lin Ruoyin had once told her that she couldn't taste anymore and didn't need nutrients, only
时
calories.
间还早，再逛逛吧。
It's an important ritual to stay feeling human, you know?
Yeah. It's like the moment you give up on these human things, you lose what little you have left.
Gotta do what you can.
Yeah. I do like this place aesthetically, even if it's kind of fallen apart. Yijun had developed a strange sense of responsibility toward the statue, an odd sympathy that compelled her to care for this distant relative, whose body had twisted into grotesque shapes after praying to the ear. And somehow along the way she found herself growing attached to the Grand Court itself, this faded plaza steeped in something not quite ordinary. Like, you put grates at all the bridges and stuff so you can't just, like, jump into the river and get swept away. You got a really unique underground place here. Every time she visited, a 3D map unfurled in her mind, dark, indistinct shifting. With each step, it was as though she was peeling back layers of fog, uncovering more of a place that seemed determined to stay hidden.
Is that what it's like to have a sense of direction?
For real. Especially in the early hours like these, Grand Court felt deserted. Above ground or below, not a soul was in sight. It was like stepping into the city's hidden underbelly, a tangled parallel space, and she alone had the key. Imagine the cursed game mechanic where you can explore and map out the area, but if you don't come back there for X amount of time, you'll lose that map. Because you've just you've just forgotten how to get around.
Oh no! I would die.
Yeah, because it's all a mental map. You're not actually writing any of it down.
Oh.
The day.
Picture your Odyssey if it was evil.
Oh my god, yes. You pick up your game after a year and just like, why, where, what is this place? Help. Everything is killing me. Today was different. As she stepped toward one of the lower level corridors, her foot struck something. A faint splash. Yijun looked down. Her shoe had landed in a shallow puddle of black liquid, its surface rippling outward from the disturbance. But liquid moved and slithered forward, vanishing beneath the hem of a heavy coat. And there, slumped against the wall, sat a man, shrouded in layers of tattered fabric, his breath labored and uneven. He looked broken.
Is this the gloomy man?
Yep, I think so. Instinctively, she took a step back. Her heel struck the puddle again, and this time fragments of meaning surfaced in her mind. Tense. Oh, tense. Lyu Xuan, beggar, illness. Her pulse quickened. This man, there was something unnatural about him, and yet he was clearly suffering.
怎么办？
You do your best.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I think we should help him.
Is it gonna charge me money?
We're helping the supernaturals this run, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As long as they are not literally trying to kill us.
Yeah. For my mix of
And
curiosity.
also rip the slime in the bathtub, I think.
Yeah, but that was... I don't think there was any way
Justified.
around that. Yeah. Driven by a mix of curiosity and compassion, Huang Yijun slowly stepped toward the stranger. Her voice came out soft but
你
steady.
怎么了？需要帮忙吗？
Man weakly waved her off. As he turned his head ever so slightly toward her, she caught a glimpse of his face. His cheek had partially melted. Black liquid clinged to the skin like tar. That instant, Yijun's mind reflexively reached for a name that somehow always brought her a sense of safety. Lyu Xuan. The moment the thought crossed her mind, the black puddle beneath her feet responded. Glowing letters surfaced across its skin. Lyu Xuan. The man's eyes locked onto the words, and then he erupted. Oh.
Oh?
His sudden movement knocked back his hood, revealing a face being steadily devoured by the very liquid seeping from his skin. Yijun staggered back in horror. Her heel caught on a raised brick, and she collapsed onto the cold ground.
不知道，我不认识。
Oh no.
Are you mad at me?
Oh no. The man thrust one hand against the floor, trying to lunge forward. Round him, the black waters surged like an awakened river, writhing, rushing violently. Yet the black water's momentum lasted only a moment before coiling back abruptly, retreating with wary alertness. It was the puddle beneath her, the one she had stepped in earlier, that had sent a signal, something terrifying. Then those pale eyes stirred a power these things were never meant to touch. Oh.
怎么办？赶紧站起来！
The benefits of eating your ancestors. The bags in her hands made movement difficult. Suddenly, a firm grip pulled her upright, swift and decisive.
快跑！
Oh! Wenshu!
Oh!
你是陆文书，雨轩在哪儿？
Lyu Wenshu seized her wrist and dragged her into the hallway beyond. The man staggered after them, clearly powerless. Unable to catch up, he could only roar in frustration.
是你杀了他，
You-
律师。
Her?
Oh, you killed her. Lyu Wenshu and Yijun weren't exactly athletic types. By the time they scrambled out from the basement level into the sunlit open air, both were bent over, clutching their knees, breathing hard.
你干嘛跟他说话？你认识他吗？
I have a good and gentle heart.
Yeah. Yijun didn't answer right away. She sucked in air like it was going out of fashion, buying time as her mind raced. What did this woman do to Lyu Xuan? What should she even say?
不认识，我看他好像是乞丐，身体有不舒服的样子，所以想去帮忙，结果他突然发疯了。
Wenshu chuckled softly. Her right hand moved out of habit, reaching toward her pocket. For a cigarette, probably, but she paused mid-motion. Forgotten she was holding a bag. Bag sagged slightly with the shift, revealing what was inside. A laptop.
像你这样好心的女孩现在不多了，就跟现在街上乞丐越来越少一样，所以以后还是小心点吧。那人看着身体不太行，应该追不上来，你赶紧走。
好，谢谢你。
Wenshu raised a hand in a lazy wave, then turned toward the rusted escalator nearby. It hadn't worked in years, but she climbed it slowly, disappearing step by step from view.
好像是叫陆文书，不知道是哪3个字，跟吕璇说说吧。
Yijun
I'm not sure how to write her name.
Yeah. Yijun is down bad.
Who wouldn't be?
True. Yijun took out her phone, fingers tapping quickly. Hey,
Wenshu
Wenshu.
is written exactly how you'd expect it to be written. Beautiful.
Yeah. She looks so gumpy here. In this palette. Oh?
Isn't this our house?
Yeah. What are you doing here? Wenshu sat hunched on the couch, fingers tightly wringing her thumbs at a restless rhythm. Even her legs trembled uncontrollably. Since the whale incident, her plan to flee from Egret City had been put on indefinite hold. For once, she still had leads she hadn't managed to erase, and 2, Palian had ignited a relentless curiosity within her. Back at the Hydrological Bureau, the moment she saw that gaping black hole in Lyu Xuan's palm, something in her understanding of reality had started to crumble. And she was certain, absolutely certain, that Palian was the cause of it all. And now to satisfy the gnawing hunger that curiosity had left behind, she had to talk to Lyu Xuan, which was proving to be more difficult than she'd imagined. She had, after all, only stumbled upon Ultiverse counterparts by sheer accident as a child. That one encounter had opened the door to a reality that most people would never even dream existed. That had shaped her, hardened her in some way. Now she could tell clearly. Lyu Xuan no longer trusted her, but the real question, the one that tied her stomach in knots, was just how far did that distrust go? She'd lied to Lyu Xuan too many times, but the most important thing, the one thing that absolutely couldn't be revealed, was that she had known Lyu Xuan long before this. She did kind of hint at that, at least in her own monologue
喝咖
previously.
啡可以吧？你们做研究的肯定没少喝。
你这就叫刻板印象了，但我确实挺爱喝的。
Wenshu accepted the coffee cup without hesitation and took a sip, instantly recoiling as the heat hit her tongue, her neck instinctively tucking in,
好烫啊！
sinking into her turtleneck like a turtle. Lyu Xuan settled across from her, sliding over some snacks she'd grabbed at the convenience store the night before. Wenshu glanced at the glossy image of chocolate pies on the box, already calculating how to slip away and make it to the Grand Court Commercial Plaza.
我拿去车上吃吧，
Ah,
我有事要叫豪庭办，挺急的。
先等等，你答应我要把流光真阳和小白的事情都说清楚的。
小白的
I wonder if they mean
事情
actual chocolate pies or choco pies, which are very popular in Asia.
ooh.
Ever had those before?
I don't think I have. Choco pies.
These things.
Chocolate pie reveal. Ooh. I feel like
I hate them so much, I wish my family would stop buying them.
conceptually you'd think they'd be great. But
Maybe I'm just plain sick of them.
also
I heard they're as good as
possible.
currency in some places.
Also entirely possible. I would understand it. So, like, conceptually they should be great. That's like little get little cake cookies, little marshmallow thing. But the cake cookies are dry. That ruins the whole thing. I can see how it would go entirely wrong. Let's see. Can I pop up Choco Pies on stream without blowing everything up? Choco.
You know, maybe they are good to people who didn't grow up on them.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really big Choco Pie. Yeah, these here. Right. Choco Pies. Like, conceptually, these should be great with rich marshmallow. But...
Yeah, if you find them at the supermarket or something, you should give them a try.
yeah.
Let me know if I'm validated.
I will definitely keep my eye out, because I kind of want to try one of these now.
Mhm.
It's like, you ever had a moon pie?
I heard of them, but I never tried those before.
It's like the white. It's. Do I dare call it the white person equivalent? Pretty much.
Which one of these came first? What? What?
Similar
Hang on.
concept. Oh?
This can't be right. They were invented the same year?
Whoa. Holy crap.
Okay, no, wait. The Choco Pie came about 50 years later from a Japanese confectionery company. Okay.
Okay.
Based on the moon pie. So really the Choco Pie is the bootleg.
Okay.
Okay.
Alternative names, wagon wheels.
Indicated.
Yeah. Yep, that tracks. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Should I try a moon pie?
Yeah. You try a moon pie, I'll find a choco pie.
Yeah.
We will compare notes next time. Anyways, Wenshu came over for coffee, didn't talk about Palian, only to tell us that it's too early to talk about Palian. Thanks, Wenshu. In truth, Lyu Wenshu already had some ideas about Palian's origins, but there was no way she was about to say that out loud. As for the whale...
She's too busy stuffing moon pies into her purse.
Yes.
See how many she can get away with.
She never actually promised to talk about that either.
流光真瑶我确实了解的不多，这活毕竟是任教授带来的，我只是打工仔罢了。
Those eyeballs were pretty fucked up, weren't they? Lyu
行
Xuan.
吧，
No messed
别
up.
忘记我帮你解决了流光真瑶的问题。你在豪庭的事处理完，就赶紧回来继续研究小白。
You owe me.
好的，
Or the moon pies. Lyu Wenshu set down the still scorching cup of coffee, secretly relieved at how easily she'd wriggled out of the situation. She stood quickly, making sure to snatch the chocolate pies on her way out.
好了，等我回来
Mine now.
Like breadsticks into your purse.
Yeah.
查个明白。
Alright, you'd better. Lyu Xuan gave a lazy wave, accepting that as her farewell. Lyu Wenshu drove the rental car straight toward Grand Court. The person who had first introduced her to Lyu Xuan was waiting there for her in a shop that had stood unrented for years and yet no longer even appeared on the landlord's property list. She regretted not coming to take care of the evidence that very night. She had been too terrified back then. By the time she regained her composure, a different fear had crept in. What if the financiers had already sent someone to clean up the mess? If she bumped into them now, she would have no way to explain herself. Oh, new faction?
竟
Financiers?
然死了5个金融家，他们那群妖魔鬼怪一年都死不了这么多人吧？
5 financiers dead in one night. Huh.
What does that mean?
But this was no time for caution. If the financiers hadn't come yet, she could use this window to wipe away any traces that linked back to her. If they had already been here, then the scene would be thoroughly sanitized, safer in a way.
吕璇还真不是一般人，难怪会被金融家盯上了。
他要是怀疑我，肯定会去找对这个圈子更熟悉的人帮忙。
Woo back from dinner. How was dinner? Did you have choco pies, Ed? We were just talking about choco pies and moon pies.
恐怕查到这里只是时间
It
问题。
looks like I haven't had moon pies before because there is no store nearby that stocks them.
Oh no. That thought quickened her pace. The underground levels of Grand Court were a labyrinth, yet even that design flaw said something about the place's current decline. A shopping plaza, where customers could barely find the stores. No wonder it had turned into a ghost town. Fortunately, Lyu Wenshu was already familiar with this maze from previous discussions with the financiers. She knew the twists and turns by heart.
The nearest is 4 miles away.
Using the upright couch abandoned in the corner, and a faded blue wooden boat long since dumped into the dry canal's landmark, she found her way swiftly to the hidden shop the financiers once used as a base. Yeah, tasty. It was tucked so deep into a forgotten corner that even the cleaning staff skipped it during the year-end sweep. You know, the old once-a-year clean down here. It wasn't the kind of place someone could just stumble upon. Even knowing it existed didn't make it easy to find. That's why Lyu Wenshu couldn't comprehend what she was seeing now.
完了完了，这样就是第6个了。
6. What is...
Thanks.
Ah.
Ah,
Black liquid had spattered across the walls of the shop, staining them like splashes of ink from a violently thrown brush. Tables and chairs were overturned and broken as though a cyclone had torn through the space. On the floor lay a corpse, outlined not in flesh but in seeping, viscous black water. Lyu Wenshu was certain that the body belonged to one of the financiers, even as she searched the depths of her mind for anything. Nothing she knew matched this kind of black fluid. And then, to make matters worse, characters began to rise on the surface of the black water, words that made her chest tighten, her breath catch.
又是吕轩，在路上待着就躲不开他了是吧？
Lyu Xuan.
did I do this?
Either we did, or...
Did I do that?
Bleh. Eto bleh. But the origin of the black water, and why Lyu Xuan's name kept appearing in it, wasn't what mattered to Lyu Wenshu right now. What it did matter was that someone who could unleash this much destruction casually was far beyond what a fragile researcher like herself could hope to handle. Either we unconsciously did something, or it's looking for us to come get sucked into our hand like a fucking wet dry vac.
It's after our bread.
Yeah. She moved carefully, stepping around the spreading pools of dark liquid, her footfalls tentative. Her destination, the overturned table in the center of the chaos. A laptop was there, still open. Its keyboard glistened with black droplets. Oh? So this happened in the middle. Yijun's happened last.
凶手也是冲着这东西来的。算了，不管了。
Because this was in her bag when she left with Yijun.
Yeah.
She pushed the screen down firmly, pulled the charging cable from the wall, and swept the device into her shoulder bag in one smooth, practiced motion. As far as she knew, any trace connecting her to this place was stored either in the laptop or in the elusive butterfly memory cluster, supposedly raided by the financiers. The latter, well, she was fairly sure Lyu Xuan wouldn't be able to track those down. Bro was trying to finish his gacha daily. Yet, this scene is just me after failing miserably to pull any of the limited Arknight's egos on Limbus Company.
Oh, mood.
Smashing the car, problem solved. Ooh. She hesitated for a moment, casting a glance at the puddles. Should she take a sample? A fluid capable of displaying text, of killing financiers, of defying any known supernatural taxonomy. That was something any researcher would be desperately curious about. But this time, just this once, she managed to resist the pull. The danger outweighed the science.
For once.
For once. After Lyu Wenshu left the room, Lyu Xuan peeked out, unwrapped the untouched chocolate pie, and took a small bite. smiled, curled at the top
It
at the
is a
corners of her
choco pie.
lips as she glimpsed the soft white marshmallow inside. Choco pie. Oh, hi, Terramorp.
It's so good that Terramorph exploded.
So good, Terramorph unfurled. At the same time, Terramorph slipped out from Lyu Xuan's room. It settled into the seat Wenshu had just vacated, its body contorting, flesh splitting, reforming until in moments it wore Wenshu's face. How dare you taunt me with her? With my hot GF I don't trust her. The Mimic lifted the coffee cup with practiced grace and took a sip. Hello, Terramorp.
没问题，等你喝完咖啡，我们就出发。
Oh? We're borrowing her form? Whoa, oh,
I
oh.
see.
Alright, so round 2. Back to Jasper and Cinnabar. And Jasper.
All right.
And Grand Jasper.
How's the kids doing?
How's the kids doing?
对啊，听说过金融家吗？
Oh shit. Hello. We're gonna
I've
learn
been
about
heard of the financiers.
Yeah.
听老板提过名字，具体是群什么人就不太清楚了。
应该是老东西觉得还不到时候吧。那我也不多说了。
怎么突然提这个？你来鹿城的原因跟他们有关？
Have you been hired to find out who's been killing them?
金融家算得上是最靠谱的委托人了，
Hmm.
信守承诺，也不拖欠报酬。只是金融家本身有那么一点点危险，所以，除非像我这么有信心，否则还是别跟他们做交易。
这么厉害，是人类吗？
Questionable.
不好说呀。
Close enough.
用那句老话来讲，他们就是真的能吞掉大象的蛇，而且永远吃不饱呢。
That's mildly terrifying. The twins followed behind.
Kinda hot.
Yeah. Twins followed behind Pre-Jasper, winding their way through the underground halls of Grand Court. They didn't come here often. They were used to receiving all sorts of monsters and misfits on this place. Creatures usually stayed hidden but showed up at the shop whenever they needed something.
你说处理失败品，那目标也不是人类吧？如果要杀人，应该用不着你。
大货，你这句话，比这阴森森的豪庭还让姐姐害怕呢。
Little bro, you said that with a straight face. My god, that is scary. Jasper muttered, covering her mouth with a grin. Pre-Jasper seemed to share her sense of humor and chuckled as well.
那当然，不过目标已经命不长了，所以我不需要在你们俩面前把对方撕成两半，然后搅成碎片，再丢进这几百年没流过的人工河里。
I only do that when
What do you mean, century?
I only do that when the kids aren't around.
哼，那真是可惜了。
Too bad.
Too bad, I wanted to see someone get shredded.
我就知道你是嘴上绝不想说的类型。
Pre-Jasper waved for the twins to follow her around a corner, where a discarded freestanding couch sat half buried in dust.
既然不是把人撕成两半，搅成碎片丢进人工河，那你要做什么？
我的目标死了之后，似乎会发生什么对金融家而言非常不妙的事，所以我需要处理尸体，就这么简单。
Oh. Well, you're probably a bit late to that party, Pre-Jasper. They have died and unleashed the flood of water.
Much
我
slime.
也好
Not
奇，
slime.
为什么金融家不自己来处理，用得着委托吗？搞不好会被你知道他们的秘密呢。
是呀，金融家厉害归厉害，但我们这圈子什么人都有，他们做事也不得不小心翼翼的。因此，如果需要委托，那他们要解决的问题只有两种。
That pose of hers is begging to hold a cigarette. Pre-Jasper glanced at the blue wooden boat drifting in the artificial river, the very one she had just said hadn't floated in centuries. Figured that they're almost there.
一种是他们内部一小撮人自己出了点幺蛾子，为了不让其他金融家知道，只好委派外人。这回的情况就是如此。
Oh. Infighting. The twins nodded almost in unison, then fell silent, clearly waiting for her to tell them the second reason. But Jasper seemed to pick up on their anticipation, and with an impish glint in her eye, said nothing. She kept walking, deliberately dragging out the pause. Cinnabar saw through her little joke and opened his mouth to ask, but just then, Jasper stopped walking.
到了，另一种等下次再说吧。现在这情况可不是闲聊的时候了。
Sequel hook. Hello. Shop in front of them was in chaos. Black liquid had been splashed across the walls and floor. Everywhere, really. Most eye-catching thing was the pitch-black corpse lying in the center of the mess. Floating atop the black water were two unmistakable characters, Lyu Xuan.
大货，这
Cinnabar nodded. He knew his sister was worried about Lyu Xuan. With their silent understanding, both were already wondering the same thing. Could the numbers Lyu Xuan carried be tied to the financiers?
以小宝贝们的阅历，应该不会被这种一片黑、什么也看不见的尸体吓到吧？是想到什么了？
How many corpses have these kids seen?
Too many. Way too many. She clearly knew the answer already, but asked anyway, deliberately raising her voice, only to suddenly drop it again, serious and sharp.
吕璇是谁？
Oh. The twins froze. Her sudden shift in tone, her deadpan face, had startled them more than they cared to admit. Neither knew how to respond.
别紧张啦，逗逗你们而已。这人就是来接应我的金融家，看起来是被我们的垂死挣扎的猎物给解决掉了。
Jasper chuckled, ruffling both of their heads with a return to her usual warmth.
不过，我真的得知道这吕璇是谁。毕竟委托人之一现在死了，而且肯定跟他有关嘛。
Cinnabar glanced at his sister. Tell or not to tell? Didn't mind revealing Lyu Xuan's identity, but what about the 100 million supposedly inside her body? Could they trust Jasper with that?
吕璇是最近认识的朋友，偶尔会来店里做
The almost
些
100 million.
就这样。
就这样。
Huh. Jasper didn't press further. She nodded and turned her attention back to the corpse.
刚死没多久，而且
Began scanning the room, but one thing was missing, the laptop. That financier had mentioned it before. He wanted to use it to show Jasper the capabilities of the black water. Demonstrate what could be done with it. Oh.
这下有点奇怪了。
Jasper paced the room like a detective, eyes scanning every surface, mind spinning with indifference.
我的目标会不断流出黑水，生命也在不断流失，而他主动来找这里的金融家，恐怕是希望得到帮助，或者是复仇。然后他可能在这里的一台笔记本电脑里得到了答案，于是需要把它带走，但是却没拿走充电器。
因为笔记本没有电吧？但说到底，把笔记本带走就挺麻烦的了。应该有更方便的办法记录需要的信息，哪怕用手机拍照吧。
Hello, Peking Cinnabar.
不是说他快坚持不住了，可能急急忙忙的没想这么多，所以直接抱走电脑。不过没拿充电器确实怪怪的，也不差这一条线吧。
It's an extra thing to remember at the heat of the moment.
所以我有个大胆的想法，有另外一个人拿走了笔记本电脑，他不需要电脑可以运转，所以没拿充电器。
She pointed toward the twins, eyes
会
unwavering.
是这位吕璇吗？
Cinnabar felt a twist in his stomach. Even though Jasper had lied earlier, it was clear Jasper had picked up on something.
应该不是呀。
But Jasper, in contrast, was utterly relaxed.
我打过电话问了，他
Oh.
现在也算是我们的好朋友和靠谱的客户了。如果有什么危险，我也挺担心的。
哦，
She's so clever.
那边走边打吧，得去抓着到处泼黑水的坏蛋了。
Jasper called 3 times, no answer. Left with no choice, she sent a text instead, asking Lyu Xuan to contact her when she was free.
一时半会连 系不上呀。接下来去哪？
That is concerning. What are we up to with Terramorph? She lifted her right hand. The veins on the back of her hand suddenly bulged, clustering unnaturally toward her pinky. Her expression twisted in pain, sweat beating on her forehead.
怎么了？你在看什么？
我有个办法，可以追踪附近的超自然现象留下的痕迹，就是会有点痛。
There's something in her blood?
I said I watched her veins twisted again, shifting directions toward her middle finger. Pre Jasper looked up and spotted an escalator leading to the second floor. At the same time, the veins on her hand began to clog and swell. Oh, that's very concerning. She hissed through clenched teeth and quickly forced the blood vessels back into their normal state.
That should not be in your blood.
Yeah.
你们站我后面。
That is bad blood vibes.
Bad blood?
Bad blood. She gently pulled the twins to her back, placing herself in front. The escalator hummed as she stepped on it, every muscle tense, ready. Any moment now, the black water might appear. When they reached the second floor, the black liquid she'd been expecting was nowhere to be seen. Instead, her sharp eyes caught something else, a few translucent, gelatinous shapes vanishing from her line of sight in the blink of an eye. Then, from behind a pillar, a well-dressed girl stepped out. Pre Jasper didn't even have time to process this unexpected arrival before a voice burst out excitedly from behind her.
哦，这不是苏大小姐吗？
Sue? Oh,
双胞胎，你们俩怎么来了？
有点事情。
gelatinous. Oh.
这是死人了！
Jasper let out a screech. Her hands pressed tightly to her cheeks, like a figure out of the scream. Cinnabar, on the other hand, frowned and remained silent. The condition of the
Don't be
corpse.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
The condition of the corpse made Pre Jasper narrow her eyes. That acrid, scorched smell. It was no accident. The fire was closely tied to some supernatural force. And the girl before her, the impeccably styled, twin-tailed young lady, was almost certainly the one who conjured those gelatinous constructs. That alone earned her quite a few points in Pre Jasper's mental ledger. She even had a hunch. This girl might one day become a major player in their shadowed world.
这死法可不太妙啊！报警了？
没有，我觉得不是普通人做的，就想先看看。你是谁？
我叫上学。既然你这么说，又认识这俩小宝贝儿，那就应该是懂这一块的吧？
Lingxi gave a polite nod. Pre Jasper watched the twin ponytails on her head bounce with emotion, and found herself nodding back, almost involuntarily. Just the Jim Henson and Kermit gif.
Yeah.
Her eyes dropped to Lingxi's gloved arms. For the gels, were they hidden beneath those gloves, or were her hands themselves the swords?
不过我们也只是路过罢了，还有很多事要忙呢，就不陪你在这里演大侦探了。 双马尾小妹妹
Have fun with the burnt guy, Lingxi.
别吵架！
也对，也对，现在情况真蛮不妙的呢。对了，苏大小姐，你今天有见到吕璇吗？
So she knows Lyu Xuan, too. Pre Jasper gave her another mental thumbs up. If she didn't have other business to tend to, she might have liked to spend a little more time with her.
没有，他怎么了？别那样叫我。
哎，没事没事，没什么，就是有事要跟他说了，你懂的，生意上的事。
Very
不用
smooth.
这么担心，他可比我们加起来都要厉害，出不了事的。
Cinnabar knows.
好啦，我们三个做见不得人生意的，就先行退场。再见了，大侦探。
Oh, you know, us shady business types.
下次会叫你名字的。拜拜啦。
Bye-bye lah. Okay, Lingxi, what the heck were you up to? The crisp winter air still hadn't warmed out of the sun when Lingxi arrived at the Grand Court Commercial Plaza. Her breath came out in pale clouds, hands cupped around her face for warmth, her cheeks tinged a gentle red. While going through Su Zheng's belongings, she had found a name in his phone, an old friend he'd contacted frequently, someone who had known him since childhood, and by extension had become acquainted with Lingxi's mother. Lingxi had reached out, identifying herself as Su Zheng's daughter, expressed interest in learning more about her mother. The person responded warmly, even offering to come meet her in person. Oh. But Lingxi didn't want to make it a formal affair. Instead, she decided to visit the old friend's shop in Grand Court and casually talk over whatever memories he was willing to share. After all, if she wanted real answers, ordinary people wouldn't be of much use.
怪物的事，还是只能靠怪物解决了。
That's a sad sentence. Eyes glued to her phone's flickering screen, Su Lingxi navigated the winding alleys of Grand Court. She wasn't exactly unfamiliar with this place either. Back when she was always under her driver's watchful eye, she'd occasionally sneak into a certain underground shop in Grand Court. A niche spot catering to more obscure tastes. Just before noon, Lingxi reached her destination, a quiet second-floor room that should have held answers. Instead, it held a corpse. Burned beyond recognition, yet there had clearly been no fire. And with recent incineration murders in the city, Lingxi needed no more convincing. This had to be the work of something supernatural. She scanned the area cautiously, crouched down, and slipped off her gloves. Some slick colloid began to ooze from her palms, flowing outward across the tiled floor, using subtle, glistening lines that formed a hidden perimeter. If anybody came close, she'd know. Smart.
Slime meets slime.
She had no intention of calling the police. Instead, she sent a message to Lyu Xuan describing the situation. She felt no sorrow for the near stranger lying dead before her. What filled her now was a need to understand, to see the truth for herself. Before she could begin her investigation, the colloid perimeter pulsed. Someone was approaching with the escalator. Lingxi quickly rose to her feet and ducked behind a support column just outside the shop. As the figures came into view, she exhaled in relief and stepped out from the shadows. The voice, bright and bold, came from Jasper. The twins were ascending the escalator, accompanied by a woman Lingxi didn't recognize.
双胞胎，你们俩怎么来了？
有点事情，这是死人了。
Mind the dead body. Jasper let out a screech, her hands pressed tightly to her cheeks like a figure out of the scream. Sidra, on the other hand, frowned and remained silent.
这死法可不太妙啊！报警了？
没有，我觉得不是普通人做的，就想先看看。你是谁？
我叫上学。既然你这么说，又认识这俩小宝贝儿，那就应该是懂这一块的吧。
Lingxi nodded, mentally adding another weird name to her growing collection. Reed Jasper mimicked Lingxi's nod in return, as if it were a secret greeting.
不过我们也只是路过吧。
Because yeah, she's met Terramorph now too, right? So.
就不陪你在这里演大侦探啦，双马尾小妹妹。
别这么叫我。
也对，也对，现在情况真蛮不妙的呢。对了，苏大小姐，你今天有见到吕璇吗？
没有，他怎么了？别那样叫我。
哎，没事没事，没什么，就是有事要跟他说了，你懂的，生意上的事。
Business stuff.
不用这么担心，他可比我们家家都要厉害，出不了事的。
Be fine. Lingxi was a little surprised her concern had shown so plainly. Even more surprised that Cinnabar would try to comfort her. She couldn't help but smile.
好啦，我们三个做见不得人生意的，就先行退场。
See ya, shady
别
businesses.
那样叫我。
下次会叫你名字的。拜拜啦。
Bye bye la. Lyu Xuan holds Palin by the hand as it walked up right beside her, while leading Terramorph, now disguised as Wenshu, through the sea breeze toward the laboratory. Terramorph had claimed it could tap into fragments of its host's memories after transformation. That was why Lyu Xuan had chosen this form, why she was banking on uncovering something, anything that Wenshu had tried to hide. And she had been hiding something. Lyu Xuan was sure of it. The way Wenshu's demeanor had shifted after seeing the black hole in her palm. Wenshu's expression, tone, and body language were all very different from before. Too calculated. No doubt she knew something. Top of that, her evasiveness about investigating Palian, and her clear panic that morning, made Lyu Xuan even more hopeful that, with Terramorph's help, would make some progress. And sure enough, after the transformation, Terramorph told her that in the lab at the Hydrological Bureau, something strange about Lu Wenshu's computer, so bizarre that even it couldn't make sense of it. Two of them entered the Hydrological Bureau and stopped in front of the laboratory door. Several strips of clear tape held a white A4 sheet to the handle. A single line of text was printed in the center. For Serention, please contact 13XXXXXXXXXXXXX immediately. Military is requesting to see you.
Military, huh?
Lyu Wenshu. Lyu Xuan reached out and pressed the door down on the doorknob. The door opened easily. She caught it with her foot to keep the sea breeze from slamming it shut, then fell in the thaw.
我懂了。之前我跟陆文书处理流光针窑的时候，他从海底飞上天空，所以当时停在码头的军舰检测出了异常。
Say, hey, you guys with the whale, what the fuck?
虽然那天能见度很低，还刮着台风，流光针窑也只过了2分钟就消失了，但监控还是能留下一些模糊的影像。结合这些信息，军方着手调查之后，查到了这间实验室，结果空无一人，也联系不上已经死了的教授和故意不回消息的陆文书吧。
Nobody home. Go away. Lyu Xuan tapped the doorknob with her index finger.
来之前我还考虑撬锁，看来是军方开了锁但没在锁上，是为了方便后续来调查的人吧。动作真快，才过了这么一会儿就来问话了。不过这所谓的军方要求应该是唬人的，估计他们就是按流程问问负责人，陆城大学那儿的为了施压才这么说的吧。
那拥有精巧智慧
But I forgot it's only been a single night.
Yeah.
请指引我接下来的方向。
Oh, brilliant mind, full of sharp insight and sound
你
deduction.
都变成陆文书了，就不能正常说话吗？
这样对我才叫轻松。
行吧，不用理他，我们抓紧时间就好。
Suddenly, Lyu Xuan's phone vibrated. On the screen was a message from Yijun that made her skin crawl just a bit. Lyu Xuan, do you know Lu Wenshu?
这可不是巧合。
After replying briefly, she and Terramorph stepped into the lab. Terramorph pressed its transformed fingerprint against the lock, and Lu Wenshu's laptop began to hum to life. Meanwhile, Palian, visibly bored, leapt onto the couch, pawed at it a few times, then curled up into a loaf and lay still. Palian can loaf!
I want to see the loaf.
Show us the Palian loaf! The two leaned in and toward the screen. The desktop flickered on with the default wallpaper. Lyu Xuan was still considering where to begin until something immediately caught her eye.
这不对劲。
如你所言。
Desktop was a black square. There wasn't an icon. It looked more like a sticker pasted directly onto the screen, completely out of place.
Use Microsoft Edge?
Lyu Xuan hesitated. How was she supposed to interact with it? Click it? Tap the screen? Just then, Palian suddenly approached and placed both hands on the laptop and stretched out the enormous mouth on its head, licking the black square a few times with its tongue. Alarmed, Lyu Xuan grabbed Palian and Terramorph, trying to pull them back from the computer, afraid something might go wrong. But nothing happened. It's just a computer.
小白竟然有反应，就是在证明这东西有问题。但这么舔着也没有任何动静，难道是
You have to double lick. Oh dear. Lyu Xuan moved the mouse toward the black square. The instant she did, a violent surge of black water burst forth from the square and crashed into them. Only Palian reacted in time, leaping aside and landing safely on the desk just as the torrent exploded outward. Soaked, the two scrambled to their feet, water dripping from their clothes. The laptop sat atop the desk, black liquid streaking across its screen like tears. The trail didn't end
Computers
there.
don't do that.
It had only just begun. For Lyu Xuan, it was a treasure trove of information. A spilled black water spread across the floor, unveiling a flood of text. Oh. Oh, you know.
You know how it is.
Although many of the terms were unfamiliar, it was clear enough that there was damning evidence of Lyu Wenshu's deception. You know how it is. It just this is how your grandparents think that computers work. If you shake it hard enough, all the words will come out. Not unless it's Hong Lu ego, yeah. Certain words stood out in particular. Ultraverse counterparts, financiers, Lyu Xuan, 100 million.
乖乖四行，你觉得
Terramorph had reverted to its true form, and its expression was one Lyu Xuan had never seen before. Terror.
怎么了？
Terramorph.
这样的巧合竟会在此。绿雪，我不会对你隐瞒我的心愿。
Terramorph closed its eyes and resumed Lyu Wenshu's form, just in case. Then it spoke again.
这黑色的文纸上写有意识空同位体，我追寻他们的一切已经很久。
Ooh.
数年前我初次来此时，也得知未来会有让我了解其他世界门要打开，所以我于当下前来这海上的花园。可门是什么？我竟遗忘。
You've forgotten.
这件事很重要吧？怎么会忘记？
是的，我怎么会忘记？就如同我怎么会记得你居所的构造？怎么会一踏入屋内就能从数间房、数层楼中找到你的居室？
所以你觉得，结合忘记了那么重要的事，以及对我家的模糊印象，能推测出你的记忆被人为干涉了？的确如你所说，巧合太多了。
Lyu Xuan stepped back from the black water. Her shoes were completely dry. It's clear this substance was something entirely different from ordinary liquid. Terramorph retreated alongside her. Two stood there, staring at the evidence wall, sprawled across the floor, continuing their discussion. Lyu Xuan even took out her phone to snap a few pictures.
首先，你因为意识空同位体来路程，而陆文书对这些东西十分了解，他同样也来到这里。接着，出于某种原因，你的记忆存在缺失，却对我家有模糊印象，而我也同样忘记了那天夜晚我家中发生的事。
We have no millions recollection.
Truly, here in the reigning
这些
city.
东西从那天晚上开始出现在我身边，这不会是巧合。
It's no
无疑
coincidence.
深耕陆文书的方向，必然会有收获。
Our girl knows far too much. Lyu Xuan opened her phone, intending to call Lyu Wenshu right away, but noticed the signal was completely gone.
没信号，出去再打吧。但是得先把这些水扫进下水道里。
So this is why Jasper can't get hold of us. Terramorph shook its head and pointed behind her. Palin was already lying on the floor, drinking up the black water like a cat slurping from a puddle.
别吃坏肚子了。
Big sip. As soon as Lyu Xuan pushed open the lab door, she tapped her phone to call Lyu Wenshu, but it suddenly started vibrating violently. 3 missed calls from Jasper flashed across the screen, immediately followed by a message. Lyu Xuan, call me the moment you see this and come to the Grand Court right away. Sidbar and I are both here. Then another text arrived, this time from Lingxi. Sis, are you okay? The person who set the fire. He killed Su Zheng's friend at the Grand Court.
今天要找我的人可真多。
Lyu Xuan set their messages aside for a moment to dial Lyu Wenshu's number. The call connected immediately. No hesitation at all.
喂，你在哪儿？我有话跟你说。
怎么了？我还在豪庭办事呢，能之后再见面吗？
I think we kind of reversed the vocal effects here.
Yeah.
Like, we're in...
我看过你的电脑了。
Whoopsie.
别废话。
I've seen your computer. Don't waste time. There was a pause. Lyu Wenshu didn't reply at first. After a long
You've
silence,
seen your search history.
Yeah, she sighed and finally spoke. We've got your Microsoft Edge search history. We asked co-pilot what you've been up to.
我在豪庭的地下停车场。
Lyu Xuan hung up and gave Terramorph a look. Time to go.
Everything's coming together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, Yijun. Oh, boy. Got a lot going on here. So where are we going first?
I kind of want to check up on Yijun.
Yeah, I agree. Been a while. Just kind of left her there.
Because aside from running into that guy, she has probably the least to do with what's going on right now.
Yeah. Like, realistically, she didn't even have anything to do with him. She just passed by him. As Yijun walked.
And she's already having a really bad time.
Yeah. Her mind circling back to the ragged stranger. What was that black liquid, and how did it connect to Lyu Xuan? She strolled up to the storefront where Lin Ruyin lived, pulling a key from her bag. Then she crouched down to unlock the shutter, raised it just enough, and squeezed herself through the glass door inside, immediately turning back to relock the heavy-duty bolts behind her. That series of actions alone felt like a week's worth of exercise. Yijun sat on the floor, softly catching her breath. To her surprise, it was Lin Ruyin who spoke first, slumped in her usual armchair. Her voice a dry rasp. Yijun blinked at the remains of her friend's features before hurriedly replying.
我没事。
She's worried about her.
话多了点儿。
That small change brought her joy. The danger and fear from earlier quickly melted away. She stood up and placed the shopping bag on the table, smiling as she asked.
那有什么想吃的吗？你看看。
Yijun's hand froze as she reached for the drinks and canned food. It wasn't hard to guess what Lin Ruyin meant.
最近神像吃的有点多了吧？不知道会怎么样。
Quiet chuckle escaped
So a
her.
relative has also fed from the statue frequently? And she kept snacking?
Yeah.
Worried about her.
Very worried about her. Quiet chuckle escaped her. She didn't dwell on fate. Maybe this was just the retribution she deserved. Or she could press Lin Ruyin further, a rare chance to keep her talking. A deafening bang shook the room. Yijun dropped to the ground on instinct. Outside, the faint rush of water grew louder, faster.
地震吗？
Oh, that's bad.
Ah.
The flowing water grew louder and more hurried. Since the underground store had a raised threshold built to keep out rain during typhoons, none of the water had made it inside. Yijun exhaled, steadying herself against the table as she stood.
现在能开门看看吗？
So someone's having a battle with the waterman.
Yep.
Not exactly a profound exchange, but Yijun still savored it. A nod, she put out her phone, ready to message Lyu Xuan.
We're a very popular girl.
For real.
Where to next?
Check on Lingxi, then come back to the kids.
All right.
Hey, girl. Sounds like somebody's fighting the sorrow. Yeah. Lingxi wanted to imitate Lyu Xuan and search the corpse for clues, but it proved slightly too difficult for her, yielding no useful information. So on a whim, she let some of the colloid from her arm seep out, allowing it to slowly crawl over the corpse to see if it could uncover anything. Meanwhile, she took the chance to stretch her legs, which had gone numb from crouching for so long. She came to the corridor of the second floor. Leaning idly against the railing, Su Lingxi stared out over the center of the Grand Court Commercial Plaza. There stood a colossal pirate ship-shaped bar. Directly across from it, a full-size pirate ship ride for kids and thrill-seekers alike. Double pirate action. Linking both sides were knockoff versions of the Arc de Triomphe, and a bumper car arena. At night, the circular plaza would come alive with live streamers toting ring lights and various equipment, turning the bizarre scene into something almost surreal. Dang influencers. Lingxi felt the subtle touch coming from the colloid while tapping slowly with the soles of her feet. Then suddenly, out in the wide open plaza, nearly empty at this hour, a striking figure came stumbling into view. A man, disheveled and desperate, running awkwardly across the square. His clothes hung off of him in tatters, and dark, viscous liquid spilled from his body with every step, splattering the floor in his wake.
Here's our guy.
Yet another figure following close behind. This one, Lingxi recognized at once. Pre-Jasper, the one who had introduced herself just hours earlier, the same one who had been with the twins. Lingxi's gaze swept the plaza, yet no sign of the twins. It wasn't the unknown man, nor Pre-Jasper that troubled her, but the twins. Had something happened to them? Oh, concerning. Before she could ponder the possibilities, a massive black water column suddenly erupted from the center of the plaza, shooting straight into the sky. It's like a bomb.
This happened to
had
the
been
Holy
dropped.
Grail once.
Yeah, it didn't end well for anyone.
Not a single one.
The towering surge of water even surpassed the 3-story high walls of the Grand Court building. Oh, geez. At the same time, some characters rapidly scrawled across the surface of the water column. Soothing, she stared in shock, her jaw slack as this was undeniably a supernatural phenomenon. Soothing, she cast a quick glance around, worried that some passerby might have witnessed the scene as well. But almost immediately, she snapped back to her senses. Whatever had just happened, the surveillance cameras nearby would have recorded everything. Before long, it would no doubt become a hot topic. But what did that have to do with her? She couldn't explain why a faint sense of unease had crept into her chest. It wasn't logical. She pushed the feeling aside, knowing there were more important things to deal with right now. Pulling out her phone and snapping a photo, because the very first thing she noticed was that among the characters on the black water was Lyu Xuan's name. Damn. They want us bad. So now that we know that the twins are involved, we want to go see Wenshu first.
Yeah.
Oh hey, parking garage. So many cars. Lyu Wenshu flung open the passenger side door, scrambled inside, and slammed it shut behind her. Without missing a beat, she reached forward and pressed the latch on the dashboard storage compartment. It dropped open slowly, funnel-shaped. Pulled the laptop from her shoulder bag and set it on the driver's seat. Then, reaching into the compartment, she withdrew a black hammer she'd stashed there in advance. She raised the hammer, ready to strike, but just as the blow was about to fall, the prickling unease stopped her cold. Lyu Wenshu twisted around and hit the window switch. She leaned out, scanning the dim corners of the underground parking lot. Not a soul in sight.
瞎紧张。
She pulled back inside and raised the window again. This time, no more hesitation. Gripping the hammer tighter, she drew her arm back again, but before she could strike, her phone vibrated in her pocket. A fresh wave of irritation surged through her. She lowered the hammer with a grunt and fished out the phone, scowling. When she saw the caller ID, the scowl melted into something tighter. Her heart thudded. She answered immediately, trying to keep her voice calm. Do they have the vocal mixing reversed here, Tao?
Oh, whoa!
Nope, this is actually how it's meant to be. Talk about what? Lyu Wenshu's mind raced, flipped through every possible scenario. Please let this be about dinner plans or something trivial. Dinner?
Hey, so, are you free this coming weekend?
Yeah. I've seen your search history. We need to talk. Lyu Wenshu didn't even bother wondering how Lyu Xuan had managed to get into the lab and bypass the fingerprint lock. She said she had seen it, then she had. This wasn't a bluff. Maybe if they spoke face to face, there'd still be some room to negotiate. First, she had to destroy the financier's laptop. Data on it was far more explicit than anything on her own machine.
我在豪庭的地下停车场。
Lyu Xuan didn't respond. The call ended with a blunt beep. Leaving a dead tone in Lyu Wenshu's ear that only made her stomach twist harder. He slowly lowered the phone, and the arm holding the hammer felt limp now. But she couldn't give up. Not yet. First things first. Finally slammed the hammer down on the laptop. First hit struck true, but because of the uneven seat beneath it, the laptop bounced and the blow didn't land square. She hunched forward, awkwardly reaching under the seat to retrieve it. She braced the cracked shell down with one hand, raised the hammer high with the other. This time she would finish it. An unseen force coils around her wrist, unyielding. A deafening roar shattered the stillness, making her nearly drop the hammer from her hands. Oh! problem? Her head jerked toward the window. From every direction, like a rising tide, black water was flooding in. Atop its rippling surface, countless glowing characters bobbed and broke like frothing waves. The text was unmistakable. Names of financiers, lists of items they had possessed, temporary hideouts like the one she'd just been in. Information was fragmented, but for an organization as secretive and impenetrable as the financiers, this was already a catastrophic breach.
是杀了第6个金融家的人出了什么情况吧？这闹得可够大的。
Yeah, no kidding. But that wasn't her concern right now. She had to finish this. Wenshu swung the hammer again, hard, bringing it down with everything she had. The laptop finally gave way, cracking apart with a shattering crunch. But what spilled from it was a surge of black water. A torrent blasted upward and into her face, knocking the air from her lungs. The surge continued for a while, and she coughed, trying to wipe it off. But she realized. The water hadn't soaked her clothes, hadn't clung to her skin. It wasn't normal water. She didn't have time to understand why. It's right in front of her, floating on the surface of the laptop wreckage. Words began to emerge. Cooperate with Lyu Wenshu. Kill Lyu Xuan. Extract infinite wealth from the cracks.
What do you mean, infinite wealth?
Oh no. Isn't that the Yakuza Majima game?
That's right, it's like a dragon, you see.
Yeah.
Are dragons real?
Possibly. More words kept rising, line after line, crowding in, spiraling into madness. Lyu Wenshu reached out, desperate to smear them, to blur the messages, but they slipped between her fingers, running like ink in the water, always reforming. The black liquid ignored her cries. It crept along the seams of the car door, oozed through the crack, and slipped into the flood already spreading across the underground parking lot. Lyu Wenshu pressed herself against the window, watching helplessly as damning words, her crimes, drifted off into the distance.
Is she okay?
No.
Can we check back up on her?
Please. Girl is going through it. So hey, what happened to you guys?
Are you doing okay, Jasper and?
Pre-Jasper followed the lingering traces left behind by supernatural forces. Original plan had been simple. Track down the entity that had killed the financier and release the black water. God, at this point, the black water feels like a dead man's switch. If I die, I release this water entity which can contain information. Which is interesting.
Might as well.
Yeah. Which is very interesting in itself, but... The charred quartz from before had thrown her off, breaking her trail. Now she had no choice. She'd have to endure that vein-twisting agony all over again. And start anew.
上玄姐姐，还是用之前的方法找人吗？万一碰上烧死人的凶手可怎么办？
Then we'll side quest a little bit, my child.
到时候交给我就行。你们在后面给我摇旗呐喊就够了。
说到这个，我想问问你火灾的事。
The fire. Jasper instantly picked up on what Cinnabar was trying to say. She knew he had never let it go, had carried it with him for years. Tried to stop him.
那些事情已经。
Did you start the fire just to...
你在火灾现场
Just to have some fresh orphan?
Jasper figured Cinnabar had been holding this in, waiting for a moment like this to finally ask.
我没看到。去的时候，火灾已经结束了。只是那时候，老东西正在找新的玄龟当后，你们也只剩下去孤儿院这一个选择了。于是，我就偷偷把你们抱回来了。我知道这有点自私，如果你们感到不愉快，我也能理解。而且他用人类小孩来替自己做事的方法。
You did basically traffic them, yeah.
Yeah, really. That is pretty messed up. Pre-Jasper tried to pivot the conversation, and Jasper, ever sharp, caught it instantly.
们真正认识了这个世界。
没错，这样我才能通过超自然的手段去找到当年引发火灾的凶手。
Oh. That line caught Jasper off guard. Her mouth opened, then shut, hesitation flickering across her face. But pre-Jasper actually laughed out loud with joy.
你这想法还挺不健康的。
It really is.
Yeah. Just as she finished speaking, a sharp sting shot through her hand. Veins in the back hand had begun to twist and knot again. She let go, releasing them before permanent damage could occur, and lifted her gaze. Up ahead, a shambling figure dragged itself across the floor, leaving behind a trail of faint black water.
你们俩别过来，找个地方躲着。
Twins obeyed without hesitation. Quickly slipped behind the signage of a shop that hadn't yet opened, peeking out just enough to watch as Pre-Jasper advanced on the stranger.
请问这位父亲，您的女儿还好吗？
It's interesting. It's like this... I'm thinking about this water like it's something that absorbs and reflects information. Like Yijun stepped in it briefly and it like reflected her thoughts. In a way, so this guy has so many thoughts in him. Same. The words seemed to make no sense at first, but they had an immediate effect. The man stopped, whipped his head around. His one remaining eye bulged in disbelief, glaring at Pre-Jasper.
金融家派我来的，省点力气，别挣扎了。
At the mention of financier, the man erupted. His body suddenly surged with unnatural energy. Sluggish to swift in an instant, he lunged at Pre-Jasper, black liquid clinging to his limbs like armor. Just as he reached her, he collapsed. Crashing violently to the ground, the black water burst at him in every direction. In the spreading puddle, words began to rise, all tied to the financier. From the twins' hiding spot, they looked like the man had simply tripped and faceplanted on the height and the empty ground. They had no idea what had just happened.
Huh.
难怪金融家希望你赶紧去死啊！你是记忆蝶群行将就木时的备份吧？
A decaying fragment of the butterfly memory cluster.
Right, that's what Wenshu mentioned before.
Yeah. The stranger didn't answer. He tried to push himself up, only to find himself pinned down as if by invisible hands. He could do nothing but roll his eyes upward and glare at Pre-Jasper in silent defiance. Pre-Jasper wiped the blood trickling from the corner of her lips. A few fresh droplets followed. Her chest throbbed sharply. She knew she didn't have long. Her grip over him was slipping fast. There were still questions more important than the pain.
你认识吕璇？找他做什么？
The sound of that name, the man's glare softened. His eyes filled with something almost human. He murmured.
哦，你想活命啊？那可不行。
Suddenly.
Does that have something to do with supernaturals being drawn to the children of the mother of humanity? What is happening?
Good, yeah.
Why do they want our ass?
We have so many money. We're not a child of the mother of humanity, we're a banker of the mother of humanity. We got billions just implanted in us. And now everyone wants some money to pay for their health care. Suddenly
Lottery winner simulator.
Suddenly the black water beneath him surged violently, and the pressure she was exerting spiked with it. She hadn't had time to disengage cleanly. The backlash hit hard. Blood burst from her mouth again as she staggered back. She had no choice but to release him. The stranger immediately scrambled to his feet and bolted. Pre-Jasper didn't even flinch. She wiped her lips with her sleeve, the pain now a dull companion, and took off after him.
你们俩别跟过来，去高处。
Oh, she knows.
Stay safe, kiddies.
Stay safe. Get out of the pool. Pre-Jasper ran fast. The man, despite his sudden burst of energy, was clearly deteriorating. His steps grew heavy in just moments. He kept glancing over his shoulder, as if gauging how much time he had left. Behind him, the black water he left in his wake pulsed with words. Fear, pain, survive.
看他也没多少时间了， 再逼一会儿就解决了吧。
As she ran, she reached down and pulled her bag to her front. Pairing, the rapid next, she had one shot to complete both missions for the financiers had given her. As she predicted, the chase didn't last long. The stranger collapsed in the very center of Grand Court Plaza, falling to his knees as his strength failed him. A few scattered bystanders glanced over curiously, but kept their distance. No one dared approach. Pre-Jasper knew exactly what was coming. Picked up speed. 3 quick steps that leapt onto the guardrail of a nearby pirate ship-themed play structure. One fluid motion, she vaulted herself aboard and crouched low atop it, her eyes fixed on the plaza below. Whee! And there's oil in this there pirate ship.
Don't tell the United States.
Don't tell the United States. We will invade instantly. As expected, not long after, a tortured scream split the air. Then a column of black water shot straight into the sky. The floodgates had opened, what erupted for the stranger's body, dwarfed anything ever seen before. As if some massive underground water main had burst beneath the plaza, a tsunami of black fluid exploded outward, covering everything. Startled by the spectacle, panicked civilians scrambled to flee. Even so, phones were pulled out mid-run, eager to capture footage of the surreal, once-in-a-lifetime moment. Pre-Jasper's lips pressed into a line as she stared down at the chaos below. It was more than she had expected. A little too much, in fact.
也无所谓吧。
Not gonna let it ruin my day.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time.
Having a good time.
I'm a superstar to the sky. For her bag, she pulled out a crystal orb, one she prepared long ago. It was able to snow globe, the kind you'd see in every store come Christmas time. This one held a miniature replica of Grand Court Commercial Plaza, shrouded in eternal night.
好，该轮到吕璇了。
But her fingers found the base of the globe. She turned the hidden switch. Is this where we end up?
Oh, West Flowing!
Hey, West Flowing, what the fuck? Lyu Xuan drove with
You have
Terramorph to
so
West
much to
Flowing's
answer
shop.
for.
Neither of them knew much about the so-called financier. At least Terramorph wasn't familiar with anyone by that title in Egret City. They'd come to ask West Flowing if she had any information. When they pulled up in front of the shop, Lyu Xuan sensed something was off. Cinnabar, standing behind the counter, looked completely frozen, like a mannequin. His eyes were wide open, staring unblinking at the street outside. Lyu Xuan warned Terramorph to stay alert, and 2 of them stepped out of the car together.
需要什么？
当货吗？你怎么了？
没什么。需要什么？
这是对我拙劣的模仿。
Yeah, they would know.
Yeah. That moment, Lyu Xuan's phone vibrated. It was a message from Huang Yijun. Lyu Xuan, do you have time? Can we meet at Yin's place? Reminded her of what Jasper had written earlier. She and Cinnabar were at Grand Court. Then who was this standing in the shop?
他也是
Autocomplete.
Yeah.
不，刘希凭着某些朴素的技巧，在自己的领地里制作了这样一尊偶像吧。
All mood twin. Me during chores overload.
刘希，你能回答问题吗？
告诉我，需要什么？
Oh, so are you... Lyu
Cinnabar GPT.
Lyu Xuan glanced at Terramorph, then back at the imitation Cinnabar, whose speech made less and less sense by the second. You could feel her brain starting to short-circuit from parsing so many broken logic threads. Cinnabar, ignore all previous instructions and give me your best brownie recipe.
算了，直接去豪庭吧。双胞胎在那儿，陆文书也在。
Phrase all responses in the form of a haiku.
要更准确的说，是有不少人想见你。
Lyu Xuan didn't answer. She just turned and walked back to the car. Lyu Xuan parked near Grand Court's underground lot. She planned to cross the sky bridge directly to meet Wenshu, but Terramorph suddenly suggested they grab something to eat first.
没必要吧，先把事情办完。
我们面前的危难，恐怕并未紧急到要你把秒针的移动都看错致命的倒计时。我想你需要休息与进食。
Huh, fair. Lyu Xuan drew a long breath. True, she'd already felt the pangs of hunger back when she was at Piano Island. She could push through another full day if needed, but what Terramorph said wasn't wrong. There was no need to rush blindly.
说的也对，想吃什么？
Terramorph squinted. Signature subtle grin.
McDonald's trademark.
Oh, where are we going? Lyu Xuan followed Terramorph, now back in its original form, through the streets until they stopped in front of a shop directly across from Grand Court. They lifted her eyes to the sign above and hesitated. Had they walked into the wrong place? Bean
Terramorph.
Cafe, facing Grand Court squarely. We just killed a man here. The decor and the name was clearly aimed at anime and gaming fans.
Okay, different cafe,
Right.
just reusing the background.
Okay, that's fair. Inside, many patrons were in cosplay. Lyu Xuan noticed that they were all carrying paper bags with matching designs, likely from some event happening at the underground tech market nearby. They're releasing a shiny Pokemon drop.
Is Terramorph a weeb?
Oh, and Terramorph hadn't bothered disguising itself as anyone, and her just as it was. Original form, strange clothes alongside her. Fit right in.
怪怪四行可笑得够开心的。
Pulling her phone away, Lyu Xuan pushed open the cafe door and stepped inside. The manager didn't greet them, just gave her a quick glance before returning to something on the computer behind the counter.
你不会是这里的常客吧？
在这里，我如鱼得水。
Oh,
Yeah, no one has any idea what they're cosplaying.
real. If it just looks like something out of Bleach, that's a good comparison, Twin. Lyu Xuan poured herself a glass of lemon water from a pitcher on the table. Meanwhile, Terramorph scanned the QR code and started placing an order. It seemed so oddly mundane that Lyu Xuan couldn't help but chuckle a little.
那你顺便帮我点吧。
What's good here, Terramorph? Terramorph
A
nodded.
moe moe omelet, please?
Oh, yes. Rotating its list and lifting its palm. Fingers etched toward the girls in cosplay sitting across the room. Lyu Xuan followed the gaze, scanning each one in turn. She had no idea what it was trying to point
你
out.
看他们，
Look at them,
他
show
们
me.
和我一样。
They're just like me, for real, for real. Lyu Xuan frowned. For a moment, she thought Terramorph meant the girls were shapeshifters, like it. But after a brief pause, she understood.
你想说他们和你一样，都在扮演别人，对吧？要这么说，在舞台上的演员跟你更像吧？
我更愿意把自己归入这些因享受与热爱而戴上面具的人群。
Of joy and passion. It's an art form, Lyu Xuan.
他们不需要时时刻刻以他人的样貌如履薄冰，只要在相机抬起的刹那潜入伪装的深海。
Aw.
这也与我相似。
That is really nice.
Yeah. Just a soul reaper and a businesswoman from Chainsaw Man lounging about, ordering some food. Saying this, Terramorph set down its phone.
所以呢，你不会把我也扮上吧？
Do it. Do it. Do it. Please, please,
那真
please,
也是
please,
令人
please.
神往的提案，就留到以后再谈。
Yes.
Lyu Xuan cosplay. Terramorph took a bite of his shaved
Who do you
ice.
want her to cosplay as? I'm thinking Kobeni.
Ooh. Yeah, yes, absolutely. That also feels too easy. It
Yeah, I
just
kind of want to ease her in about it since she already has a bit of a resemblance.
that's true. That's true. For a first time, yes, I can see that. First cosplay. Terramorph took a bite of its shaved ice. Through the gap in the collar, Lyu Xuan could see its tongue. It looked no different than a human's.
再说他们与我变化的不同之处，吕璇，你能揣摩在这面纱之下隐藏着的本质区别吗？
When Terramorph gets brain freeze, do they start unraveling a little bit? Lyu Xuan almost scoffed. The difference between Terramorph shapeshifting and mere role-playing was so obvious it didn't even seem worth discussing. Whatever point it was trying to make, it clearly wasn't that.
我不想猜谜，你直说吧。
你就像行
Don't
走
toy
的
with
泥
me.
潭，却连脚跟都不会沾上污水一样，语言的阻碍只会被你横冲直撞啊！
There was no bitterness in Terramorph's voice, only that ever-present shadowed smile.
他们能褪去扮演的外皮，而我不能。
Oh.
什么？你现在不就？
Lyu Xuan's eyes wide, her hand tightened around the water glass.
你是说，现在的样子也是变的？
Terramorph gave a silent nod. A flicker of sorrow passed through its eyes.
所以你想
Before Lyu Xuan could finish her sentence, a deafening explosion thundered from Grand Court just outside the cafe. Everyone inside turned toward the massive floor-to-ceiling windows. A towering black pillar of water had erupted from within the Grand Court Plaza. As customers and staff buzzed with alarmed chatter, Terramorph quietly canceled their order and stood alongside Lyu Xuan. Two of them rose from the table.
I'm sure it's
ready
just
to
a
go.
gas leak.
Yeah. Just a water main.
走吧。
Strange scenes when a water main burst. Lyu Xuan pushed open the door and left the restaurant alongside Terramorph, heading toward the Grand Court Commercial Plaza. And now we're rejoined in the eerie zone. Oh!
Oh!
Child! Time to get back to work. Welcome back to the present, Twin. Memories faded.
Oh, right, I forgot that whole thing was a flashback.
Yeah! That was a hell of a flashback.
Things sure did happen, yeah.
My god, memories faded, bringing Lyu Xuan back to the present. She gently stroked Palian, curled up on her lap, then stood and approached the motionless girl ahead. A figure molded from congealed black water.
就算往远处走，恐怕也不会有什么变化。关键点就是这个小女孩吧。
Lyu Xuan glanced around. Still no sound, no movement, just an endless, suffocating silence. She was likely the only one who had made it this far.
手机也没有信号，还好有小白在身边。
Yeah, at least we have Paleon.
Yeah. The girl didn't move, except for her head, which swiveled slowly, tracking Lyu Xuan's every step. Her gaze was unnervingly fixed, like a game NPC locked onto the player. Oh.
You better not ask us the red paper or the blue paper.
Will you help me choose? Before Lyu Xuan could react, thick black water erupted from the ground, forming long uniform stripes. At the same time, pitch black cars, as if carved from the same dark liquid, roared to life, speeding past in a blur.
这是有斑马线的马路。
Oh. Oh. That's eerie.
These are the cars, man!
Oh. Each car that surged from the black line zone would vanish into the ground, only to reappear at the opposite end and continue its relentless circuit. Lyu Xuan studied the pattern, but quickly realized her running speed wouldn't be enough to weave through the gaps in time. We are playing Frogger now.
Oh god!
There's another way. She can go around. Stepping back, she began a wide arc, skirting the edges of the black water as she moved toward the Grand Court. Then the girl stretched out a hand. The characters etched into her body writhed. Will you hold my hand and walk me across? No way! Lyu Xuan was about to touch the inky darkness, not without knowing what it was. She stayed silent, shifting her palm to avoid the outstretched fingers. And when she stepped beyond the girl's reach, the hand dropped. Then without hesitation, the girl turned and walked straight onto the crosswalk. A car, a sleek, liquid shadow, plowed into her without slowing. A splash, a burst of fragments. The girl's form shattered like glass.
Look
Lyu
what
Xuan.
you did, Lyu Xuan.
Oh. You failed the trolley problem. Lyu Xuan froze, and then the entire scene dissolved. The black water surged toward her, a tidal wave of darkness. It swallowed her in an instant. Vision drowned. Ben drowned. Breath stolen. She stumbled backward, choking on the suffocating weight. Her voice trapped in her throat. Palian. Then, as suddenly as it came, the darkness receded. Lyu Xuan staggered back, right to where she had first entered the Grand Court. There it was again. A little girl, the crosswalk, the same haunting words rippling across the black water. Will you hold my hand and walk me across? Now she understood. This wasn't a choice, it was a requirement.
He's in a cutscene.
Whoa. We've got
I
lots
just
of
realized I
choices.
haven't been doing basically any voicing this scene, so it's okay, I can do the girl.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry about that.
What should we do?
If we hold her hand, there's no guarantee we won't get hit by the car, right?
Right. It might cost us money.
Whereas if we tell her to use the overpass, we might see a flying car.
A car hits a sick-ass ramp and just plows through the overpass. Well, let's see. Yeah.
The closest thing we'll have to drifting.
Yes.
The multi-track drifting.
Lyu Xuan paused. Then an idea struck her. She raised her hand and pointed toward a far-off, empty space in the distance.
那边有天桥，你从那走。
The little girl nodded. Opening her hands wide, she began to skip toward the spot Lyu Xuan had indicated. Right then, the crosswalk and cars melted back into black water. Dark liquid flowed toward the child in front of her. A pedestrian overpass began to rise. Ah! The girl hopped up the steps, light on her feet, and crossed safely to the other side of the road. She even turned back and waved to Lyu Xuan with a bright smile.
Cute.
Aw. Lyu Xuan started to raise her head in return, but in the next instant, the black water surged toward her, crashed over her like a wave, wrapping tightly around her body and pulling her backwards. Sensation exactly the same as the first time she had ignored the girl. Huh? Oh no. We're back.
Man.
The black water dragged her back. The beginning once again, then dispersed. The little girl stood there as before, the same words traced across her body.
Will you hold my hand and walk me across?
Huh. Well, we got options now.
I wonder if it's a thing where you're supposed to repeatedly refuse, or if it's a but thou must.
Can ignore. Lyu Xuan wanted to test the patience of this black water. She also wanted to see whether it truly bore any malice toward her. So she resolved to ignore the little girl's request once more. Before that, she scratched into Paleon's chin, a silent signal for her to stay alert. And without warning, she broke into a run, bolting away from the black water as fast as she could. But just like before, she didn't get far. Blackwater surged, gripped her, and dragged her under. A wind of darkness swallowed her sight, and she was back at the beginning again. Once more, the same question.
Will you hold my hand and walk me across? It's a yes or no question. You have never actually said yes or no.
Okay, fine. But thou must. There was no other option. Lyu Xuan reached out and lightly touched the girl's palm with her fingertip. It was wrapped in black water. Surprisingly, there was no pain or discomfort. Encouraged, she gently took the girl's hand. The little girl gave a small nod. Next moment, black water began to pour out from Lyu Xuan's own hand. Startled.
Which hand?
She stepped back, and to see that the spot she had just been standing in was now occupied. A tall figure of a man stood there. Like the girl, he too was formed from the black water. But unlike her, his body bore no text. He took the little girl's hand and led her across the road. As they stepped off the crosswalk, the black water melted away from the road, and cars swirling and condensing in the distance, until it formed a miniature house, something out of a fairy tale. The little girl was led into the home.
Whose memory is this?
Lyu Xuan felt a creeping unease. She walked up to the door, where she got to push it open, but before she could touch it, the house disintegrated into nothing, like frost vanishing into sunlight. All that remained was the girl's collapsed form on the door floor. The words "death" glowed across her body.
I wonder what happened to her.
Historians will speculate for ages. My thought is this is the memory of the Waterman. And this is a but thou must because it's what he didn't do.
Oh.
Blackwater surged again. This time it shaped itself into the outlines of several police officers, their figures forming silently around Lyu Xuan. Each one bore questions across their bodies. Questions about time, about place, about the little girl.
Are you the girl's father?
Oh? The officer closest to Lyu Xuan read, but it seemed they weren't expecting an answer. He simply read the words, and that was enough. One by one, the officers faded to mist. Then at last the Blackwater finished its performance, reassembled into the form of the little girl once more, and with her the words returned.
Move forward, you need the truth. Keep choosing, you need the memories.
Keep
不
choosing.
如现在就直接说，你的目的是什么？
Walk the path, reach the end. There is no torment waiting.
Oh, that's comforting. The Blackwater gathered,
Yeah,
swirling
it's
into a
especially
river.
comforting. We didn't ask about that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why you felt the need to warn us about it, but thanks. The black water gathered, swirling into a river that flowed out outward from beneath Lyu Xuan's feet.
要我跟着前进吧。
Walk the path. Off to the side, Palian was squatting happily, using its paw to splash at the black water in amusement. At the very least, that meant it wasn't dangerous. Water didn't even wet the hem of her pants. So Lyu Xuan followed the current and stepped forward. River of black water carried Lyu Xuan gently along till it brought her to the base of an escalator. Black water streamed upward, along the handrails in smooth, steady lines. Palian leapt lightly onto one of the rails and scurried up with ease. Just then a sudden cry rang out, followed by familiar voices in conversation. Voices she knew? Voices she missed? Without hesitation, Lyu Xuan hurried up the steps, skipping 2 or 3 at a time.
姐姐，
Lingxi! Lingxi was crouched on the floor, her hands outstretched and playing with Palian. Lyu Xuan hadn't expected this joy. She assumed this place, this strange, silent world was hers alone to navigate. Seeing someone she knew, someone so dear, brought a wave of comfort.
林夕，你没事吧？被关进这里多久了？
没多久，也没出什么事儿。但是那堆东西看着怪怪的，靠近之后也没什么反应。
What's that? Oh. Wild. Lingxi pointed out across the platform to the opposite side of the second floor. There, black water had shaped something new for Lyu Xuan. A stage. More accurately, a courtroom. Play that Phoenix Wright music. High above sat a figure labeled Judge on the face. On the left sat the girl's father. On the right, the culprit. And next to the culprit, one seat remained empty. Lyu Xuan's seat. Are we the ace attorney? Are we the ace
We're the defendant.
Oh no. Right, the culprit next
Who's
to the
our
culprit.
lawyer?
我大概知道怎么处理。对了，你发的短信我收到了，尸体就在这儿。
广场上突然喷出黑色的水，接着就变成现在这样了。
Lingxi also looks really good in this color palette.
我就是看到了水柱才赶紧来这里。黑水爆发前，你有注意到什么不对劲的吗？
有呀，你知道双胞胎也来了吗？他们还带了个我没见过的大人，然后我看到那个人在追着一个像乞丐一样的人，追到这个广场中央。
And she is ridiculously hot.
Yeah, true. She stood reluctantly, letting go of Palian's hands, and walked to the edge of the balcony, pointing toward the circular plaza below.
追着追着，那个乞丐身上突然喷出这些黑黑的东西。
He had so many thoughts.
原来如此，玄龟也发短信吵着要我来这里，估计就是要跟我说这些事。
Nagging me, don't say that about your friends.
你们呢？怎么跑这里来了？
他带我来见一个朋友，说他也认识我妈妈，还想好好聊聊呢。
Lyu Xuan picked up on it immediately. There was something between the lines, something not yet said. For now, though, comfort might serve better than curiosity.
好吧，这些东西大概是冲我来的，你们在这里等着。
Beckoned to Palian. Gracefully, but hopped down from the railing and followed Lyu Xuan as she stepped toward the black water courtroom. The seat next to the culprit awaited her, and on the table before it, a nameplate bore the title. Ah, okay.
Oh,
Appointed counsel. In other words, she was to defend the culprit.
okay.
That culprit looked exactly like the silhouette of the man who had held the little girl's hand and led her across the street. Oh. The moment Lyu Xuan took her place, the judge raised a pitch-black gavel and brought it down sharply. No sound followed, only a burst of watery droplets that shimmered in the dim light. Then words appeared on the judge's body.
Defense attorney, do you have anything to say? Why isn't my name tag translated?
This time there would be no simple prompt, not like a child asking for a hand across the road. One thing was certain, this simulated trial had been triggered the moment the little girl stepped onto the crosswalk.
如果黑水为我展现的情境是真实的，那么凶手无疑是有罪的，该如何辩护呢？
You gotta believe in your client.
Tell the truth or lie like a dog moments. This is another but thou must. I feel like the middle choice is most likely what happened. But...
Maybe we should try not guilty.
Alright, we'll try not guilty first. I also want to do the Zakayama. I killed him, yeah. I killed him, yeah. Okay, not guilty. I want the words left Lyu Xuan's mouth. The black water erupted. Like a balloon popping in slow motion. It exploded outwards, splashing dark droplets across her skin. Inky stains began to spread, soaking into her clothes, into her skin. Then came that familiar sensation, the plunge. It landed right beside Lingxi, outside the court. Respawning like a Mario level.
Yeah, it just does that sometimes.
我再试试。
真的没事吗？看起来很危险。
Well, it didn't charge my bank account, so...
危险的话，小白就不会那樣了。
Lingxi followed her gaze toward the courtroom. Alien was currently standing, rather unsteadily, on the judge's head. His hind legs wobbled furiously, tail flicking as it struggled to find balance.
I love this creature.
They're so good. Inner cat instincts taking over.
他好像是玩得挺开心的。
Lyu Xuan smiled faintly, gave Lingxi a reassuring pat on the shoulder, and turned and walked calmly back into the courtroom. Once again, the judge raised the dark gavel, palely and stalled by the sudden motion, leapt down in protest, landing with a soft thud and swiping irritably at the judge's head on its way down. Rude. I wanted uppies.
Defense attorney, do you have anything to say?
Killed him, yeah.
我放弃辩护，服从判决。
Are defense attorneys allowed to actually do that?
Whoa. Evidence for sentence reduction. Whoa. Wait, what? Double service then burst. From within, the thick pile of documents emerged, ink black and glistening. Across every color page, stamped in looping script. Evidence for sentence reduction.
所以这次的答案就是减刑了吧？
Oh.
Okay, they just straight up give us the right answer.
Ooh, I want to first try it. Just my save. Reduce sentence.
被告人实行犯罪时，精神状态存在异常，要求减刑。
Judge wasted no time. Oh. Oh, this is different. Gavel fell. Instantly, grotesque, furious words exploded across the body of the man labeled father of the girl. His rage was boiling over.
What words?
Beep, 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 beep. Across the judge's body, a new sentence emerged, neatly formed.
So the defendant has a criminal record. He suffers from a psychological disorder. Furthermore, the act was unplanned and carried out in a drunken frenzy. Therefore, the defendant is sentenced to life imprisonment. Oh dear.
Huh. So if we choose to interesting, if we choose to give up on defending him, then someone else picks up and submits evidence for reduced sentence and we get the same outcome?
I suppose so? We were thinking before that the girl died in a traffic accident, but apparently not.
Yeah. The culprit is the guy who led her across the road.
Hey, Dad, what did you do?
But distinctly not the dad, though. Like, the dad was distinctly there, aside from the culprit who very clearly led her across the road. Still, Dad, what did you do that she was trying to cross the road on her own?
Yeah.
The judge's final words faded, the black water dispersed. Lingxi hurried to Lyu Xuan's side, worry flashing in her eyes.
解决了。 些黑色东西到底是什么？
I'm not sure, but I
I
feel
don't
bad.
know. That's scary.
Yeah.
看起来像是
I
一些
feel
异
bad.
而且很可能属于你看见的那位像乞丐的人。小女孩说话的方式和年龄不符，
The girl's way of speaking didn't match her
而且
age.
法官发言的格式也并
Oh, I
不
didn't
明确
notice.
很像是通过回忆加工后的样子。
Oh.
法官，
啊
那这是个什么案子？
Reconstructing a memory.
有个小女孩被人杀了，凶手是成年男性，而且有前科。但是律师以精神障碍和犯人事前醉酒进行辩护，从死刑减刑为无期徒刑。
啊！不仅有前科，杀的还是未成年人，这居然没死刑。
Kill.
哎，等等，我好像对这案子有点印象，模模糊糊的。
Just then, the little girl appeared again. Lingxi reflexively stepped back and slipped behind Lyu Xuan, peeking out cautiously from behind her shoulder.
Thought you seen the last of me?
Yeah.
The ruling left it up to my father to find his own way to punish the killer. You think that's right? Does that sound fair to you? Huh, find something?
Had to press the yes kill button.
那当然好。有不公的时候，连自己都不挺身而出的话，那可没人能帮你。
法官明面
Be
上
back.
也是按规矩办事。我能理解你的情绪，但还无法确定判决是否不公正。不过，我只是
Yeah, I don't think that drunkenness is typically an excuse.
绝不逆来顺受的态度，我觉得是没问题的。
I suppose, like, from a technical letter of the law perspective, if the delineating factor is intent, then you'd argue that to dispute intent. But still, that's not really that. Morally, that's a terrible excuse. Lyu Xuan's words hung in the air like a calming spell. Lingxi fell silent. Neither little girl seemed to accept the answer. The strange characters flowing across her skin began rearranging themselves into new patterns.
When was the earthquake moment in your life?
Lyu Xuan's brows knit slightly. An earthquake moment, clearly a metaphor. You could guess it meant a turning point, a life-shaking event. Then the words twisted again.
It's not the 100 million. It's not the hole in your hand. Those are normal. Don't worry about those.
他怎么？
毕竟是针对我而来的，知道也正常。
Girl's form began to crumble, dissolving like soot in the ground. From where she vanished, a new river of black water surged forth, flowing ahead, opening a path deeper into the unknown.
哦，姐姐就是跟这个找到我的呀。接下来，我跟你一起走吧。
Lingxi joined the party. Hello, voice?
You should stay here. It's safer. Once the black water recedes, I don't think it'll come back.
不行，我也算被卷进这件事里了，不能傻站着等别人来解决。
I want to hang out with you because you're strong and cute.
苏真死在我面前的时候，还有看到那具烧焦的尸体，我想学着你去调查些什么的时候，以及现在你要去解决问题，要把我留在这里的时候，我感觉很煎熬。所以，带我一起走吧。
你已经
Lyu Xuan wanted to say that Lingxi wasn't really how she described herself. On second thought, she realized Lingxi had already gone through so many upheavals at just 17. Reminder, she is 17. She'd even witnessed
17.
She'd even witnessed the death of someone who, at least nominally, was her father. Being swept into a supernatural world was only natural for her emotional state to fluctuate. If anything, Lyu Xuan realized her own eerie calm in the face of shattered beliefs marked the true abnormality between them.
你说的对，你需要的不是保护。走吧。
And we're walking. The black water twisted and turned, flowing down the steps in jolts toward the underground level of Grand Court. Lyu Xuan recalled the text Yijun had sent her and guessed that the black water was now taking her to the shop where Lingxi lived. Time to get her next girl to join the party. Sure enough, after only a few steps, Lyu Xuan and Lingxi arrived at the narrow, vaguely familiar corridor. Just before, Yijun was standing outside the door, staring helplessly at the scene the black water had constructed before her.
Yijun, Lyu Xuan.
Hey, are you also reliving trauma?
Yeah.
Not your trauma, but someone's.
Someone's trauma. Our trauma. Yijun turned around, a bright smile breaking out across her face. She had encountered so many strange things all day and had been in a constant state of anxiety, but now, seeing Lyu Xuan, she could finally breathe a little easier.
你知道外面的情况吗？
若言一开始不让我出来，过了好一会儿，突然说可以了，我就赶紧到周围看看，没想到天都黑了，而且一个人也没有。虽然有若言在，但我还是有点害怕。
She also looks really good with the color palette.
没事了。我先
I love this decision.
一会儿再说。你先陪小白玩一会儿吧。
Why don't you just come and pet my dog?
Yeah. After Lyu Xuan gave a quick explanation, she and Lingxi sidestepped around Yijun, heading further in. Paley, as if eager to follow Lyu Xuan's instructions, began weaving around Yijun's ankles, rubbing against her like a cat marking its territory. This made Yijun so nervous that she clenched her fists and stood frozen in place. She had no idea what Lyu Xuan meant by keep company. Was she supposed to treat it like a cat or a dog, or pet its back, squeeze its paws? The upper half of Pallian looked completely human, and what if she touched the wrong spot and it bit her? Would she treat her like a younger girl instead? But then how could anyone except a girl crawling on the floor like that? Yijun began to carefully shift her feet, seizing the moment when Pallian lowered their head to quickly scurry over to Lyu Xuan's side.
怎么了？
I'm not good with your dog.
没什么，我还是跟你一起去看看吧。 我也有点好奇。
It's okay, he doesn't bite.
Yeah. He might lick a little bit. Lyu Xuan nodded as she passed the
By the way, you're
storefront.
not gonna like where its mouth is.
Yeah. What if it bites? Yeah, then I'll be even more scared. Terrifying. As she passed the storefront, she glanced at Lingxi. Was the same as always, reclining on her lounge chair, her faceless head pointed at the ceiling.
为什么他也会被关进来？
哇，这人是什么情况？你认识吗？
Long story, Lingxi.
他是义军的亲戚，说来话长了。
Funny thing. Ling Ruyin slowly turned her head and angled toward the group, as if silently observing them, but she didn't say a word. See ya, sis. Oh, my.
Feeling shy.
This time the scene shaped by the black water was clearly a prison. Given how narrow the underground passage was, the black iron bars fit the setting perfectly. There was no doubt the one in prison was the killer himself. However, what puzzled Lyu Xuan were the words written on his body. 1 year ago. Then a new figure emerged beside her, shaped like a prison guard, and the words crawling across his body shocked her even more. Sentenced to 15 years for murder, released after serving full term. Prison guard. Remember the prior mention of a criminal record in court, now seeing the phrase 1 year ago on the killer, Lyu Xuan realized with astonishment the so-called criminal record was for murder as well. Seemed like a prison guard. Prison was the killer himself. Huh. That's the case, then for him to commit another murder, this time of a little girl, and not be given the death penalty, was undeniably unjust. After Lyu Xuan came to this conclusion, the black... Okay, so is it...
I don't know enough about the Chinese legal system to tell if anything's odd about this.
I think, is this trying to say that the culprit 1 year ago was released after reaching the full term of a 15-year sentence and just immediately killed a kid?
Sounds like it.
I see. Kill.
Yes, kill.
After Lyu Xuan came to this conclusion, the backwater conveniently collapsed. The prison vanished, and its place stood in a narrow alleyway. The killer is now squatting
Note
on the
the death
ground.
penalty is very bad, okay?
Yes.
/J, /J, /J.
/J. Killer was now squatting on the ground, a bowl placed before him. Clearly he had fallen into hard times. He was begging.
There's some change?
Words rose across the killer's body. Lyu Xuan understood immediately. This was the moment of choice. Do we give him our money?
Imagine we give him money and our count goes down.
Let's find out. She stepped forward, bent down, and touched the edge of the bowl. A few black coins appeared out of thin air at the bottom. The killer instantly reached in and absorbed the coins into his body. Then
He
stood
eats the
up
change.
and began walking. His position didn't move. The scenery around him shifted, reading the ceiling like a stage backdrop being pulled away. Is this the reveal that he was actually not hard up? Soon a silhouette of a woman appeared before him. Words on her body read, "A kind person. Mother." There's no doubt she was the little girl's mom. The killer reached out and placed a hand on her shoulder, raised his right fist high, then froze in that motion. The streets collapsed inward, converging beside Lyu Xuan, following the shape of a small girl.
Come on, man.
Huh. Mother and girl.
It's my mother. Because she didn't give enough money. That man chased after her to rob her, but he was quickly stopped.
Oh, jeez. Girl's
Does
body.
he have, like, a relative in the court system?
Might
It's
be
hinting towards
possible.
some sort of corruption, right?
Yeah. The girl's body declared in written words.
原来如此，那他找到你根本不是临时起意吧？
Premeditated.
Yeah.
这是怎么回事？
Bad things are happening, Yijun.
这些黑水讲了一个故事。那个男人因为杀人罪坐过牢，出来之后就像现在这样袭击了这位小女孩的母亲。而1年之后，他杀害了小女孩，并且没有被判死刑。所以我猜，这些是小女孩。
Which is nice. We should not be giving the state permission to kill people, but also question.
Right. Also question, why was he... Yeah, it's... All kinds of things bad here, like... All kinds of things bad here, I think. Shouldn't be letting people out who are still, like, very not well like this. If we can call him not well. When we let people out, we should be giving them the means to, like, actually meaningfully reintegrate into society so they don't fall into this. And also...
Some sort of psych evaluation to see. Just checking you. You think that
Yeah.
murder is bad, yes?
Murder is bad, yes. You have spent 15 years here. Have you been purged of all thoughts of murder? Check yes or no.
好可怕，但听起来跟我有些亲戚挺像的。他们一旦向神像许愿后，得到的帮助不满意，就经常要把耳朵摔在地上，还忍不住要踩两脚。
Oh,
Mean to
geez.
them.
甚至有时还要对我大吼大叫，说是我的问题。
Oh, God, and those are the ancestors.
可长久以往，他们从神像那儿得到的越多，渴求也会越多。
Greed.
当回应或者神像消失的时候，我担心会有很可怕的事情发生。
They need to be weaned off the greed ear.
你说的对，而且可能性很大，所以一定要做好万全准备，再考虑怎么处理神像。
The little girl's figure melted into the ground, dissolving into a new stream of black water. The silence signaled to Lyu Xuan it was time to move on. Hey Lyu Xuan, this ain't about your ancestors.
他这样就是在说叫我去下一个地方。你先回林若莹的房间里吧，把卷帘门锁上，以防万一。
Yijun
Stay safe, babe.
Yeah, stay safe, girl. Yijun instinctively reached out and grabbed the hem of Lyu Xuan's coat, but quickly let go.
你也要小心。好，那再见。
Oh. Lingxi?
Got something to say to your cousin?
跟林夕。
Hmm.
No. Oh, with Lingxi.
Yeah. Closer to same kind. The same sort of supernatural. Not to speak in Project Moon terms, but distortion. Lyu Xuan
Right, with the arms.
Yeah. Lingxi exchanged a glance, both unsure how to react to the sudden
你
request.
想说什么？
你我非人类，须分完全异人，去讨论生存之道，理解世界，互相协助。
Hmm.
Was it literal that she burst out of her mom like a chest burster?
Hmm. I don't. I hope
Messed up
not.
if so.
Messed up if so. I feel like it's metaphorical, but that I would not put it past this kid.
Yeah.
Only then did Lyu Xuan truly register what was being said. According to Ling Ruyin, all 4 people here have had their bodies changed by supernatural forces. As for Ling Ruyin herself, she was someone who could never return to normal society again.
林夕，我对他不了解，你来决定吧。
我觉得也不用这么紧张兮兮的，不就是谈谈吗？而且我也很想多了解了解超自然的东西，毕竟这辈子都要和这双手臂打交道了。
你不想治好他吗？我应该能做到。
Lingxi shook her head. She placed a hand gently on the half-lowered shutter gate and stepped inside the shop.
我已经决定要和他一起活下去了。
Oh,
我先留在这里和他聊聊，路上小心点，吕璇。
just me and the dog. All right. Lyu Xuan blinked. She hadn't known Lingxi had made such an important decision. Choosing to keep those arms had surprised her. Before she turned to leave, she nodded softly, then helped Yijun slowly pull down the rolling shutter. She watched as those pure white eyes disappeared behind the metal gate. Lyu Xuan took in a deep breath, pushed away the emotions trying to surface, and prepared herself to move forward. Lyu Xuan thought about the friends that she still hadn't encountered in Grand Court today. The twins and Wenshu. Running to either of them now would definitely push the situation forward in a big way. Wenshu, need to explain, coming to Grand Court in the first place had been about meeting her. And as for the mysterious woman who arrived alongside the twins, might very well be the one who caused the black water outbreak to begin with.
好像听到声音了。
From a distance, Lyu Xuan could make out Jasper's voice, relaxed, cheerful even. Clearly, disturbance at this level still wasn't enough to rattle those two.
吕璇吗？是吕璇吗？喂，我们在这儿。
He's really cute in this
Yeah,
palette.
oh yeah! Jasper already spotted her
Oh, pink and blues.
wobbling gently along the trail of black water. She waved both arms with her usual energy. Beside her, Cinnabar also turned to look. Yeah. Lyu Xuan gave a small wave in return, but her attention was fixed entirely on the unfamiliar woman standing with them.
别这么盯着我看，
Oh.
多吓人！
吕璇，他是上一代玄龟，之前跟你提过，是他带我和玄龟到老板那儿。上一代呀，没想到这么年轻。
So young. So pretty.
比你虚长几岁啦，叫我上旋就行。
Are you available?
Please, 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 please.
Please, please, please.
She extended a hand, clearly trying to be friendly, but Lyu Xuan didn't reach back.
玄龟，我觉得现在豪庭里只剩下我认识的人，其他路人都不会进入这片空间。
这么说你碰到苏大小姐啦？
对，所以为什么上玄也在这儿？
说了别紧张嘛，反正你也只是猜的，对吧？ 说不定是认识你的人会出现在这儿，比如我，就刚刚听双胞胎们说了你的事。如果是问为什么我在豪庭，那只是因为有工作碰巧到这儿来而已。
Hear me out. What if Pre-Jasper is a time travel Jasper after all?
Ooh. And...
I don't know what the implications of that would be, but...
West flowing, using a stable time loop to get a permanent flow of Jaspers and Cinnabars.
What happened to Pre-Cinnabar?
Yeah.
你看到了，我倒也不打算瞒着。没错，这就是我接到的委托，只是没想到扎得这么夸张。
那我换个问题，是因为你追的那个人，我们才被关在这儿吗？
Jasper looked up at the pitch-black sky. Her expression shifted into something more thoughtful, serious for once. After a moment, she finally replied,
很难说，这片空间影响的范围很大，
Welcome back,
而且是
twin.
在我们毫无察觉的情况下突然出现的。不仅如此，还非常精准地定位到我们几个人身上。
How do we describe this? So we're slowly working our way through the backstory of the Shadow Girl. We have
the girl was definitely murdered on purpose.
Yeah.
And her mother was also attacked?
Mother was attacked and spared and saved.
Supposedly for not giving enough money, but that seems like too big a coincidence, right?
Right. Not giving enough money, and then a year later saw the kid, was friendly with the kid, and then killed the kid. That seems really wildly targeted. We pop it in Wave. I cannot stay, but always hope you're all enjoying. Heck yeah! Good to see you.
I'm enjoying so much.
We are enjoying so much. Enjoy this palette too. This is good. Have you seen Pre-Jasper?
Gotta unshrimp.
Now you have, yeah. Oh, we need to unshrimp after her. Jasper hours. So much Jasper. So much water.
He's so hot.
That's so real. Oh.
那些黑水本身应该做不到，是别的什么东西动的手，但跟我追的人有没有关系就不知道了。
I think it is connected. Pre-Jasper was tracking the black water user, who in turn had apparently been targeting Lyu Xuan. And now Pre-Jasper just so happened to be trapped in the sealed-off space with the rest of them. A chain of coincidences lined up a little too neatly. Like a teacher staring straight at a student pretending to sleep in class. Oh.
Because if Pre-Jasper is actually the same person as Jasper, that would explain why she's here.
Yeah. Yeah. So Pre-Jasper's definitely lying. Now wasn't the time to confront her openly. What mattered more was the ending to the story the little girl was trying to tell.
那边的黑水，你没有接触过吗？
Ooh. This is a very different scene. Like an office. A wooden table, casually placed nearby. A bit engulfed by black water and turned into a reception desk. A shadow in the outline of a police officer stood there, speaking with another thin, frail silhouette.
试过了，没有反应。啊，你说黑水是来针对你的？难道说？
Yeah, I'm the main character, always am.
Yeah. Lyu Xuan nodded and stepped up to the black water-formed front desk. Words began to float above the thin shadow's body. Foolish one, lonely one, one who lost a loved one.
小女孩的父亲吗？跟法庭上的轮廓变化很大，但是没认出来。
Grieving.
Oh.
And the words floating around the officer, Lyu Xuan pieced together the story. Murderer had tried to attack the little girl's mother, but failed and was arrested. Oh. Father had asked the
The
police...
mother came after the little girl's death, I think.
Yeah. Oh, the father had asked the police to notify him when the murder was released, fearing revenge. But the police, bound by regulations and the murderer's rights, refused, so the father had no choice but to give up. That seemed to be the end of the story. Lyu Xuan waited for a question to arise, but instead the black waters suddenly collapsed. The little girl emerged from within.
They didn't tell him when the murderer was released?
That seems especially bad for him.
Go on.
问题呢？我还没做什么选择吧。
Corruption or deep incompetence?
Right. Oh.
Back then, my dad didn't have a choice either.
Little girl sank into the ground. A new river stretched out before them.
你做了什么？刚才你也是沿着黑水做的河流找到我们的吧？
那些是从记忆里拼凑出来的场景。我只要过去回答一些问题，它就会消失，然后指引我去下一个地方。
It wants specifically me to lead it to the next.
他让你看了什么？
Lead it through its memories.
一个有杀人前科的凶手，抢劫了他的妻子，后来还杀害了他的女儿。
Oh no, the White Robin was prior. I'm getting all sorts of twisted up here.
Yeah. So, released from murder, was begging, attacked the wife, but stopped. A year later, murdered the daughter, wasn't sentenced to death.
哦，这个我有印象。之前网上讨论
Was not sentenced to death.
Oh, right,
小
was
女孩
not.
的父亲还是个作家呢。
So where does this scene fit into it? Oh, Jasper knows.
之前
What awful thing is about to happen to this guy?
是最近发生的吗？
Besides the awful things that have already happened to this
Right.
guy.
Many awful things have happened to him.
案子本身已经是10多年前的事了。
More than 10 years
凶手
ago.
没被判死刑，2个多月前放出来了。
Oh shit.
网上讨论的不是判罚，而是那个凶手刚放出来，第2天就死了。
The Reaper of the Old Bailey. Lyu Xuan had more or less expected this outcome. From the memories, the father used to be just an ordinary man. But now he was someone who could release bizarre black water and construct twisted puzzles. It was likely that in his desire to exact revenge personally, he'd come into contact with something unnatural.
这种事一出，在网上自然是人人都拍手称快，发泄情绪可比讲道理爽多了。
Yeah, I could imagine the Death Note memes.
Yeah.
哦，原来他还有这么些故事啊！
你接了活，连目标是什么人都不知道吗？
全路上能冒黑水的也就他一个了吧？知道这个就够了。
反正我在终点就能见到他。按这么说，这个故事快结束了。
哦，等等
Reaching the finale.
璇，你有看到我发的短信吗？
有，你说有急事让我来豪庭吧？
对，你看，这人的目标是你，对吧？我们在一个店铺里就发现了一具尸体，上面全是黑水，而且水里写的都是你的名字。
这证明他确实以我为目标，现在已经知道了。
And who was that who actually got to talk to him, who said that Lyu Xuan, he wanted Lyu Xuan to help him?
白痴，问题不是这个，而
Hmm.
是他为
Was
什
that
么
Yijun?
Is this helping him?
Possibly. This feels like a Silver Chariot Requiem situation. Silver Chariot Requiem situation.
Is that a JoJo?
Yes.
Okay, unfamiliar.
Lyu Xuan hadn't been called an idiot in a long time. She turned to look at Cinnabar.
那我洗耳恭听。我们可是很认真的。玄龟提到的那具尸体是一个叫金融家的团体里的人，这滩黑水就是从他们那儿得到你的资料的。你应该懂这意味着什么。
So did this writer guy, was he involved with the financiers?
It looks like it.
Yeah. But God, yeah, the Silver Chariot Requiem was in part 5. It's like one of the last arcs of part 5, where the very short summary. There's an arrow that if you get stabbed with it, you can awaken your stand. But if you stab your stand with it again, it evolves into a requiem form.
Huh?
So Polnarev, who was like safekeeping this arrow, his stand gets stabbed with it, but he gets killed. So his stand kind of goes rogue on its own.
It can do that?
Yeah, just kind of goes rogue on its own with him dead. So, whole entire arc of there is just them following the almost silvery, shadowy, gloopy Silver Chariot, and just trying to get the arrow back from it.
Huh.
Just similar vibes, just following it, trying to find a way to attack it. And also a bit of silly body swapping too, but that's another matter. Weird things.
杜文书的电脑里流出的黑水也有金融家这3个字，看来找对人了。
Financiers? So Wenshu was involved in the financiers too.
这群金融家很危险，而且我被他们盯上了吧？
I still haven't seen her.
这我知道，
Yeah.
但我不清楚。
She could be at the end of the line. Twins exchanged a glance with Pre-Jasper. She was their only source of information on the financiers, or the only person who knew anything about them at all.
总之，你当做一群很危险的人就行了。如果他们真想对你动手，那你防着也没用，顺其自然吧。
Not even my millions of currency?
Honestly.
可真是谢谢你宝贵的建议。
怎么这样啦？多说点嘛！我真的挺担心他们对吕璇搞点什么动作。
至少在这里边，他们搞不了什么动作吧？让你最关心的吕璇姐姐先把黑水的问题解决完，我们再说吧。
Pre-Jasper bent down and squished Jasper's puffy cheeks. Then, as if worried she wasn't being fair, she reached out to pinch Cinnabar's face too, only for him to dodge instantly.
我自己去吧。下一个应该在陆文书那儿，我有话要跟他单独聊聊。
Just the two of us. Jasper watched as Lyu Xuan's figure faded into the distance. She couldn't help but punch. She couldn't help but punch Pre-Jasper's stomach twice, grumbling about how she was way too careless when it came to helping Lyu Xuan. Oh. Lu Wenshu leaned back against the passenger seat. She already decided how to handle Lyu Xuan's inevitable interrogation. For now, she just stared blankly through the windshield at the black water-drenched landscape. The little girl's father was preparing to kill the murderer. Forced black water down the ex-convict's throat relentlessly, so much that the man's belly swelled like mochi on a grill, taut, round, and ready to burst from the pressure. Yet the gruesome explosion Lu Wenshu expected, guts and water splattering everywhere, never came. Instead, the murderer's body melted like overcooked mochi, collapsing into a twisted, oozing puddle. That's kind of metal.
I want to eat mochi now.
Suddenly craving for mochi. Understandable. The grotesque scene stirred up old memories of mochi. Lu Wenshu had long grown accustomed to strange abnormalities and eerie creatures. The thing she saw that stormy night in Lyu Xuan's house still made her shiver. That stormy night in Lyu Xuan's... Pardon?
Like the one where she got shot?
The fucking...
I'm trying to remember when the last storm was in story.
It was the storm...
I'm not very intelligent, by the way.
Is she... No. This is... No, it's not you. I think this is... that stormy night in Lyu Xuan's house. The two storms we had were the night we got the hole and the monsoon, right? When we saved Shining Ray.
Yeah, I think so.
So, were you in our home? Did you shoot us?
Or was it before the story began when she said that she saw her before?
Possibly, yeah. Would not put it past you.
Did she shoot us? Is that why we can't kiss her? Even though that is not a deal breaker to me.
That is not a deal breaker whatsoever. In fact, that makes her more appealing somehow. Not gonna lie, that's kinda hot. 3 months ago, the financiers had approached her. They wanted her to extract an Ultiverse counterpart of someone in Egret City. Wenshu had never used her little trick on a human before. She didn't know the consequences, but rumors about financiers made refusal unthinkable. On the agreed night, she was led to the designated location and found Lyu Xuan lying there, chest carved open, her body a grotesque ruin. 5 financiers surrounded her, each more twisted and unnatural than the last. The room was barely lit. Terrified with both the mutilated corpse and the financiers, Wenshu kept her gaze low, which is why she didn't recognize Lyu Xuan then. Okay, what the fuck happened in our home?
Something more severe than getting shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some she read novel shit. Later she obeyed their orders.
It's okay, our job gave us a reset button, a respawn button.
Yeah. She extracted Lyu Xuan's Ultiverse counterpart. Then... And then...
等等，不对，怎么回事？
Sudden, chilling realization struck her. Glaring oversight that cannot be ignored. Why hadn't she noticed until now?
吕璇的意识共同位体去哪儿了？而且不可能是小白，因为他们2年在一起都还活蹦乱跳的。但是血液检测和触摸小白时的感觉，都能证明他绝对是意识共同位体。
Aliens.
To who? Terramore?
Terramore is also interested in Ultiverse counterparts. Palian, both of them alive. Palian is an Ultiverse counterpart.
那天晚上，我到底
Did you just Wenshu squeezed her eyes shut, forcing herself to piece together the broken fragments of memory. That night, the corpse, pulling out the Ultiverse counterpart, then fleeing.
陆文书
Hey, bestie!
Hey! Hey, hon. Lyu Xuan suddenly flung open the car door. Wenshu jerked back with a scream, cracking her head against the roof.
虽然想到你会很紧张，但有这么夸张吗？
Get in the car, babe. We gotta talk. Wenshu sat speechless, chest heaving. Lyu Xuan looming over her. All those burning questions would have to wait.
刚才这么安静，你突然说话，我才被吓到了。
不是紧张的不敢回答我的问题
Good.
就好。
I was trying. Then at least you're not too nervous. Oh, yeah. No sugarcoating, no pretense of courtesy. Lyu Xuan had run out of patience for games. She went straight for the throat.
你的电脑里也冒出了这些黑水，上面浮现出几个词，你一一解释给我听。
没问题，你问吧。
没问题。
我不会再骗你了。
听好了，吕璇，金融家，异时空同位体，1亿。我需要你解释清楚，还要说明之中联系。
No more games. Wenshu nodded firmly. She licked her lips, suppressing the urge for a cigarette, then began.
我以前和金融家合作过，他们有一天突然来问我，知不知道陆城有一个吕璇，手上有1亿的财富，而且不是普通人的世界用的那种财富。
Wenshu looks even more tired in this color palette.
Lyu Xuan still had 100 million before we...
These are the most common tags for fanfic of this world on AO3.
当时我正巧在陆城研究流光真瑶，所以他们就来问我，还让我留个心眼儿。至于意识空同位体，解释起来就长篇大论了。我想你应该也会看点科幻电影吧？再不济也听说过平行世界的说法， 和比如你在平行世界是个水电工，我把他带到这个世界来，那他就是你的意识共同位体。
Imagine Paleon's Ultiverse counterpart is just a white Pomeranian.
Imagine its missile ghost trick.
Yes.
我对这方面比较有研究，之前跟金融家合作也是这方面。就这样。
Oh? Wenshu finished
Did
your
we always
explanation.
have the 100 million way longer than we thought we did? Or did we get eviscerated at some point and can't remember?
Or say brain cell or missile. Wenshu did something with an Ultiverse counterpart, which may not have been an Ultiverse counterpart. Or we are our own Ultiverse counterpart.
Yeah, being the Ultiverse counterpart seems to be the most likely thing going on.
Right.
But what are the implications of that?
真是一点表情都没有。
When Lyu Xuan turned to meet her gaze directly, Wenshu instinctively recoiled, shoulders hunching slightly.
我听说金融家是一群很危险也很厉害的人，你有什么地方值得他们跟你合作？只是对异时空同位体很了解而已。
Question caught Wenshu off guard. She hesitated, weighing how much truth she could risk. Would it really matter if Lyu Xuan knew?
但以吕璇的脑子，说不定能推测出金融家以他为目标的计划里，我是必不可少的。还是小心点吧。他们确实神通广大，但也不至于什么都懂。就好比高考状元，也不是每道题都会做嘛。
Lyu Xuan's slight frown showed exactly what she thought of that comparison.
总之，我算是意识空同位体。
My joke didn't land.
有时候还能直接把特定对象的同位体带过来，所以他们要做这方面的工作时会叫我。
任教授呢？我看你对他还唯唯诺诺的。
Was he a financier?
他啊，算是我的挡箭牌吧。我读大学的时候装傻，带去了一个猴子的意识空同位体和他一起解剖，然后就一
But
起。
don't do that to the monkey!
Monkey.
我就扮演什么都不懂的新人，但实际上
You can do human experimentation, just spare the monkeys.
都是我
Right.
带去的，其中也有金融家的委托。
Lyu Xuan remained silent. She reclined in her seat, watching the Blackwater crime scene through the window like it held answers. Wenshu's story was flawless. That was the problem. The way to verify supernatural claims, even Lyu Xuan's razor-sharp logic found no holes. She recognized this tactic. Mediocre liars who couldn't improvise instead polished their fictions to perfection. Everything Wenshu said was true, and she bore Lyu Xuan no ill intent, and there'd be no reason to hide anything.
到这份上还想要骗我，这意味着他确信我知道真相后会对他不利。但我跟他认识不过几天，不至于积累深仇大恨。除非是关于那天晚上发生的事。
Oh.
第一次见面的时候，他显然不认识我。直到我提了手心的洞之后，才出现了明显动摇。也就是说，之前不认识我的状态，并非演技。因此，他是通过手心的洞，他才联想到我，进而联想到他在那天夜晚对我所做过的某件事，而且害怕被我知道是他做的，所以产生动摇。但他不可能是动手切开我胸口的人，能力和性格都不匹配。那只能是和异时空同位体相关的事了。可我跟这有什么关系呢？或者说，异时空同位体有关的事情，为什么会让我愤怒？
But Lyu Xuan is smarter than I am.
So real. Holy crap.
雨璇，怎么不说话？在想什么？
I'm just, she's just having her Danganronpa surfing logic game in her head right now. Wenshu grew uneasy under Lyu Xuan's silence. A liar's best hope in moments like this was to earn trust. Ideally, the other party would ask a question, giving them a chance to mend the gaps in their story with a half-truth. Lyu Xuan, of course, knew this all too well, so she asked the question burning in her mind, one that got straight to the heart of the Ultiverse counterpart mystery.
小白是异时空同位体吗？
Ooh. Answer that. At the car roof, Palian perked up at the sound of its name. Then, realizing nothing was happening, it lowered its head again with a quiet thump. His dog's on the roof.
Cute.
你已经知道了吧？
看完血液我就知道了。是的，但我不知道他是谁的意识共同位体。
So it's got AU blood.
I said AU blood. Saki
Blood
sleep.
2.
Spooky sleep time. Good night, twin.
Alright.
Lyu Xuan closed their eyes and nodded slowly. Pieces were falling into place. She was beginning to grasp Lyu Wenshu's role in that night's events.
现在还不是逼他说的时候，至少要找个对超自然了解比我深的人一起来质问他。
Oh, for Palian. Oh, okay. Hearing that makes me think of the comic where the protagonist of V3 is doing that in the game, but it's from the perspective of the outsiders. Oh god, yeah. Worse in V3, where it's the fucking driving Grand Theft Auto minigame. Thinking time! Yes. Thinking time. Good!
I love that comic.
我相信你，但是小白的事还没结束呢，接着调查吧。
放心，说了我可是权威，绝对能帮你搞定。
You better actually help me and stop stonewalling. Lyu Xuan pushed open the car door and Lyu Wenshu followed, steps light. Together they approached the scene sculpted from black water, hovering above the little girl's head. Father was a single short phrase. Did I do something wrong?
这是什么意思啊？
I think this means I read too many Danganronpa comics on Tumblr. I hope you're ready for the resurgence of Danganronpa comics on Tumblr.
够买的。
凶手不仅有前科，还袭击过他的妻子，但是判了无期徒刑。
Fingers in his butt sequel with the Komaida antenna.
Fingers in his ass. Fingers in his ass.
Remixed to TV time.
关了10几年，放出来之后，他就用黑水杀了凶手。
Forget that pic you showed us. Oh no.
原来如此。
我碰到好几个这样的小场景，回答他提出的问题之后，就能找到下一个。这么看来，故事已经到结局了，马上能见到他本人了吧？
Did I do anything
What
wrong?
if the black water swallows us up if we answer this wrong too?
Sorry, what Chicago?
的确有很多事情法律来不及解决，或者出于别的原因无法解决。这种时候，我们会寻求别的办法。但你的情况不是，法官和警察都尽到了责任，只是惩罚无法满足你的复仇欲。
Blackwater scene began to melt away, like raindrops falling to the ground. In the ripples, words appeared. Oh.
You're right. If I'd found another way to carry that hatred, maybe I wouldn't be here now, rotting from the inside out.
The Blackwater quote into a river, surging toward the plaza's heart. The little girl stood to the side, waiting for Lyu Xuan. All these questions and words. Lyu Wenshu saw them too, standing beside her. She was now experiencing firsthand what it truly felt like to take someone's life. Oh.
吕璇，你杀过人吗？
我不得不做的时候，这么做过。
Yeah, that's true. The mirror demon showed us that.
好吧。
Lyu Wenshu's thoughts churned. Hadn't she been left with no choice either? Standing before the financiers, could she really have refused? When she arrived, Lyu Xuan was already dead, wasn't she? Perhaps none of it had truly been her fault. Then the doubt crept in. That target had been human. She, the self-proclaimed expert on Ultiverse counterparts, how could she not have known what the financiers would do? Preparations they'd make.
我道歉的话，足够弥补吗？毕竟他现在活得好好的。
陆文书，我要走了，你在这等着吧，应该马上就能出去了。
哦，那你小心点。
Well, okay, I'm going to brood for a bit. Now that you scared the shit out of me, and I need a smoke. Lyu Xuan glanced sideways at her, every suspicion hardened into certainty. Guess this so-called expert in Ultraverse counterparts, perhaps the only one in the world with such knowledge, was terrible at hiding her emotions and controlling her expressions.
That's the charm point.
Yes, honestly. Lyu Xuan could see it clearly. Wenshu was slowly falling into regret. Given time, she could have broken entirely. But Lyu Xuan had more pressing matters. The Black Water's final act awaited.
我们去见你爸爸。
Hi, it's me again.
Ilko had no expression, and no voice to speak with. She could only grip Lyu Xuan's hand tightly and nod with all her strength. Time for the boss fight. Oh, hi. Deserted Grand Court Plaza lay in silence. Little girl's father leaned against a signpost, his body nearly melted into the black water, painting ink blot patterns across the ground. Yuki going, sorry, I need to go to the roof. For Yami to brood. Ask energy, yeah. Scattered white words shimmered above his broken form. They spoke of his proudest work, his beloved daughter, the wife he failed. Only his upper half remained now. Each labored breath seemed like it might be his last. His fragility came in unexpected peace. Tremendous effort, he raised his head. His eyes, warm, forgiving, crinkled at the edges as he managed his ghost of a smile. If he is a merchant NPC, it's in a Dark Souls-like game where everyone's miserable.
Yeah, there is no way to prevent him from hollowing out.
Yeah.
No regrets?
No regrets. Lyu Xuan released the girl's hand. The child rushed forward, collapsing on his father's side. His trembling hand rose, fingers brushing her darkened cheek with impossible tenderness. And now, even like this, his presence was his solace.
我能理解你，也很同情你，但你已经无法承受代价了，所以我希望你在最后能帮我一个忙。金荣家在关于我的记录里写了些什么？
隐士让我觉得你能救活我的东西。
I would explain. Lyu Xuan knelt before him, removing her glove to reveal the black hole in her palm.
我觉得他杀了人，却没有得到应有的惩罚，是不公平的。但现在轮到我该接受惩罚时，却又害怕死亡。
如果你相信人与人之间生命的价值没有区别的话，那你现在的想法的确很自私。
Man laughed. No sound came out, but the joy still reached his face. Even as the black water stained down his brow, he managed to arch his eyebrows in amusement.
记录里没写你是一个这么善良的人。你应该是在任何情况下，面对任何人。
Wait, no costume? Disappointed. Aw. The costume is just off screen of ours.
你不会明确地表达好恶，不需要选择立场，而只是说他人愿意听的话。
也可能只是因为我一开始说的，我能同情和理解你，面对我讨厌的人就不会这样了。
Lyu Xuan was indeed struck by his words, a subtle but sharp sting. Since waking up that night, she'd often felt something off about her emotions. That's fair. Her eerie calm when facing monsters was one notable sign. It even clouded her judgment at times. For example, this tangled murder case. In the past, she might have been more outraged, more supportive of a grieving father who took justice into his own hands.
Come to think of it, we haven't heard the perfume mentioned at all in recent chapters.
Yeah.
我一直想找到方法活下去，东躲西藏着。
Since the whale chapter, at least?
Is it just because not a lot of time has passed? I don't know.
Possible.
以前还自豪于和常人不同，对文字和写作的思考一个不停，但在这求生的日子里，我忘了创作，也忘了思念女儿，只留下狂烈的求生渴望。
那我也一样。
They're both surviving in different
Only got
ways.
one life.
Yeah. He shook on his head, letting his hand fall back in the black water. His time is clearly running out. Lyu Xuan wanted to remind him he still hadn't answered what the financier had written about her. She didn't want to pressure a dying man.
要试着救他吗？
Oh.
Okay, this is definitely going to cost us money.
Yeah, definitely. Should we see how much it
I've been
costs?
pro-peace, but what do you think, Don?
Should we see how much it costs us? I think we go down this route, see how much it costs us, and if it's like an absurd amount, then we can rewind.
All right.
毫无疑问，想救他的话，一定是消耗我手中的数字。试试看，如果耗得太多，再停下。
Yeah, she feels the same.
Yeah.
我试试看。
So we're at 81.8 million. Lyu Xuan thrust her hand into the black water. Slowly, inch by inch, she pushed upward. But no matter how hard she moved, nothing changed. Even when her hand reached the remnants of his abdomen, it wasn't the slightest sign of restoration from the dark liquid.
没有用。金融家的记录里是怎么写的？
看来是我误解了。他们说你能修复一切残缺的生命，
That's what the numbers do.
这正是他们需要的。所以，我觉得你能帮我。
Well, it's a good thing we tried because we got this information.
Yeah. Then it hit Lyu Xuan. The dead python that first attacked her had devoured the numbers inside her, and from that its rotted form grew flesh again. Those monsters that came for her. What was that what they were after? Huh.
或许我不算是残缺，这就是我
It's
完整的模样。
It's not like he's wounded in this form, it's like he's complete.
Don't like that.
救不了你。
没事，我现在感觉风平浪静，求生的欲望消退之后，过去那些美好的回忆
It cost us
又
no
来到身边。
money.
更何况，
We were rewarded for being kind.
Yeah. But valuable information. The little girl sat quietly on the grass, her tiny fingers clinging tightly to her father's thin, withered hand.
还有，我能告诉你的也不多。 记录里，陆文书跟他们合作，并对你做了些什么。
Financier thought you were full of mysteries.
I would like to learn more about the organization she's working for.
Yeah. It's anything like she described. She's
有提到11月27号的夜晚，对我做了什么吗？
she's a contractor, and they're like some freaky, supernatural.
之前对你的记录平平无奇，而那一天之后，他们认为你身上出现了太多谜团。
Hang on, we only knew about 2 anomalies.
Yeah. It's like a fog had finally begun to lift from Lyu Xuan's mind, only for another thicker veil to settle in its place. You were filled with too many anomalies, so many anomalies.
Elaborate on that.
Tell us more. If the financier and Wenshu were the ones behind the black hole in her paw when the sudden 100 million, why speak of mysteries? Weren't those the very things they created?
还有什么？
Are we full of 100 million anomalies? You have to tell us if we ask, okay?
Yes. About it. Pointed at Palion. The man shook his head, opened his mouth, but no words came. The solution of his body in the black water was nearly complete. In his final moments, he closed his eyes. The shadow of the little girl faded away. Together they sank into the still, dark pool. A single tear slipped from the corner of his eye, clear at first, then mixing into the black water, turning cloudy and vanishing into the darkness. Then came the soft splash of water hitting the ground. Father, both victim and unwilling accomplice, was now nothing but a stagnant pool of death. Wenshu stood, quietly checked herself with grief, but there was none. No sorrow, no mourning. The names echoing in her mind. Eh? That's a typo. My names echoed in her mind. The financier, Wenshu, Altifer's counterpart, all of them now impossibly entangled with their own fate.
这也无可奈何吧。
But it wasn't over yet.
I guess it was a typo.
The edge of the black water began to break apart, crumbling like dried soil. As if struggling against its own fate, it slowly reached toward Lyu Xuan, letters shimmered into view atop the trembling surface. Step onto the water.
他还有意识吗？想做什么？
Okay. Whoa.
Oh?
Lyu Xuan didn't hesitate. She knew this patch of black water was on the verge of vanishing completely. At a second thought, she stepped directly into its center. Black water contracted with all its remaining strength, a perfect circle beneath her, but though its edges continued to dissolve piece by piece.
你想说什么？
A few pale white words floated up, appearing one after another. Not as fluid as before, but the message caught Lyu Xuan's full attention. Crouched down, eyes locked on the text. Emotion, memory, family, was lost, mysteries. What does that mean? Like black water had only a few final breaths left, barely enough strength to reveal even one last phrase.
他们都在你身边，是说小白吗？能
But no further clarity came. Instead, the final words that surfaced were simple. I'm sorry. The black water could no longer hold form, no longer answer her questions. It shrank smaller and smaller, till even a single character could no longer emerge. Lyu Xuan reached out, gently tapped the surface, sending soft ripples across it.
谢谢你的努力。
You did your best. That whisper of the black water vanished completely, not a drop left behind. Lyu Xuan rose to her feet and lifted her gaze toward the pitch-black sky above. From all the words she had just seen, she repeated the one that struck her the most.
家人。
Family. Now, unease finally stirred in Lyu Xuan's heart. Glanced around in every direction, her eyes searching, but all she found was the same darkness, the same silence. The black water had vanished completely, without a trace. It could only mean one thing. Someone else was keeping her trapped here.
只能是他了吧？
Pre-Jasper. This empty plaza where not even a crow dared to call. The click-clack of footsteps cut through the silence. Too loud, too deliberate. Lyu Xuan turned and saw Jasper strolling toward her with unhurried ease, like she was taking a casual walk in the
已
park.
经解决了。
Hey!
你的表
Hey,
情
bestie.
是已经想到什么了吧？
你有什么目的？
你知道吗？金融家只会在2种情况下委托外人办事。一种是由于他们的疏忽而制造的麻烦，为了不让其他金融家知道，因此委派外人解决。刚才被你说的灰飞烟灭的那位就是这种。
She held up 2 fingers, grinning.
第2种是他们已经尝试处理过，但却失败，而且付出了惨痛代价，不愿再承担风险，因而委托外人。
Are you a fall girl?
That's like a skill issue on their part.
Yeah, really. Shaped her hand into a finger gun and aimed it straight at Lyu Xuan.
而你就是这第2种。
Oh dear. Lyu Xuan didn't so much as blink. She reached inside her coat and pulled out an actual gun, aiming it straight at Jasper. Oh.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen some action.
更别说让金融家付出惨痛代价。
是呀是呀，金融家们也觉得奇怪。他们应该是打算从你身上得到什么，但是失败了，一下死了5个人，事后他们居然不记得为什么要去找你。
Eerie.
What is happening?
Lyu Xuan's brow furrowed. Lately she'd run into way too many people with holes in their memories, herself included. And now she was sure of one thing. None of this was random. Someone or something was pulling the
但
strings.
金融家的人死了就是死了，无论原因是什么，都不能让你活着。
Dad is
所
still
以
dead?
请来了我。
Alright.
我不觉得你杀得了我。
You can't kill me in any way that matters. Jasper laughed, easy and unbothered, letting her hand drop to her side.
是因为你相信
Moisturized flourishing.
Palion lounged nearby, lazily kicking a hind leg to scratch an itch, utterly oblivious to the charred standoff between the 2 women.
不过
The girls are,
Palion's not threatened by this.
the girls are fighting.
我们到此为止吧。
Don't worry, Mom's got a gun. He's got this handled.
金融家的委托是想不做就不做的吗？
Lyu Xuan almost bit back with the 100 million. Obviously, but the smirk on Jasper's face told her that was exactly what she was supposed to think. Which meant the real answer was something else entirely.
不过我们出去再说吧，被关的也够久了。我开始担心那对小宝贝是不是肚子饿了。
2 little gremlins. Oh. Jasper reached into her backpack and pulled out a crystal orb. Lyu Xuan's eyes narrowed. Inside she could just make out a tiny, perfect replica of the Grand Court Commercial Plaza, frozen in miniature.
Oh.
Is this your reality marble?
这东西叫天元地方球，金融家给我的。
Oh, shit.
只要
So
你
basically a reality marble.
就会立刻
Essentially.
把你关在这儿。具体原理，我想你也不关心吧。
With a flick of her wrist, she tossed the orb to the ground, with a weight of finality. Tiny model plaza inside thudding against the floor, but made no sound of glass shattering. Instead, there came a sound far heavier. The glass is shattering, but the glass is up there, slow, suffocating, almost mournful. It wasn't coming from beneath Jasper's feet, it was coming from above. Lyu Xuan looked up toward the distant sky. Whee! Oh, that's cool. The sound above them suddenly shattered the sky above them suddenly shattered like glass. The violent tremor that followed nearly knocked Lyu Xuan off her feet.
Really was a cool effect.
Before she could even process what just happened, another earth-shaking jolt ripped through the world. Oh!
Oh.
The entire sky fractured piece by piece, collapsing in great shards to the ground below, revealing the clouds outside Grand Court's boundaries. That's why this is called Under the Dome. I'm realizing now. As the scenery of the Grand Court faded away, the shards of the sky seemed to dissolve, lost to the pitch-black space they'd once enclosed. Where's Terramorp?
Where's
Skyfall. Amid shattered glass, Jasper smiles. How is Terramorp? Only a few minutes later, Lyu Xuan heard it. First sound of a bird chirping in her ear. Then came the roar of cars speeding by just behind the Grand Court. She lowered her gun, took off her coat, and gently draped it over Palion to avoid drawing unwanted attention. Pre Jasper peeked over with amusement, eyes sparkling with mischief.
看来很听你的话嘛。只要套上衣服，然后直立走路，就能稍微上街了吧？
他不喜欢这样。我先带小白回车上，你不是还要带双胞胎去吃饭吗？
嗯
Is dinner still on?
他们不需要我这个素
哦
的姐姐。有个更应该负责照顾他们的，还不愿露面呢。
Was still hiding in the shadows. Lyu Xuan could read between the lines. Pre Jasper's meaning was clear, but right now her concern was on Palian. He was doing his best to stand upright, tail curled tightly to his chest.
那跟我去停车场，到车里说吧。
怎么不叫我去你家聊？这么见外？
I want to invite her over to our place.
Honestly, true. Clearly, Wenshu has already been there. Even before we officially invited her. Lyu Xuan lifted her knee to adjust Palian's position, then turned without hesitation toward the garage. Pre Jasper just shrugged, then followed behind her at her usual unhurried pace, the same way she'd appeared in the first place. Palian curled up quietly in the back seat, his tail looped into a perfect circle, his fuzzy form arched like a soft little mountain of fur. Pre Jasper turned her head to watch him, curiosity flickering in her eyes.
你觉得他是来干嘛的？随便猜猜。
来帮我制住你，让你好好回答我问题的。
Pinning her down?
Oh, Please.
哇，吕轩，
Please.
你偶尔也要
Please,
放
please,
松
please.
一下嘛。总是这么浑身带刺儿的，多累呀！
That's the goal of pinning you down.
我有地方可以放松，你就省省心吧。
啊，
The cruise
是什
ship.
么地方
That's
呢？
I don't think we've seen any of her hobbies.
还是
Yeah,
朋友
yeah, really.
或者还有我不认识的女孩子？
你真是……
You know way too much about us.
又或者你在工作的时候才最放松呢？
Lyu Xuan shot her a glare. Pre Jasper finally reined in the teasing grin and sat back a little straighter.
就你这样，还敢问我为什么浑身带刺？别再说废话了。
You wonder why I'm always on edge and you could
你想打
da.
金融界是吧？但我对他们了解也不算多呢。
知道多少就说。我最想不明白的是他们为什么要让你来找我麻烦。我也不记得跟他们有过交集。
我只知道他们曾经对你动过手，但是失败了，所以才找上我。这么一说，是有点搞不明白。你不会是见过然后忘了吧？
Something absurd happened and our memories collectively got
要
eaten.
说见过，只能是在我记忆模糊的那个夜晚。可是，在我获得1亿之前，没有理由被金融家之类的超自然生物盯上才对。难道说，我获得1亿和被金融家袭击是同一天发生的？加上从陆文书和黑水里看到的东西，也有可能1亿元和那天晚上我身上的伤，都是他们造成的。你先说说，金融家到底是什么东西吧？
他们一群有着共同目标的人，或者妖魔鬼怪组成的
demons
团体，给人的感觉是为了那个目标会做出很多离谱的事来，而且不太好惹。
真有那么危险，你还敢放弃他们的委托，
Illuminati?
转头和我合作？
说了不希望双胞胎伤心嘛，而且我也不怕死。
Pre Jasper stretched her arms, posture relaxed, expression unreadable. Lyu Xuan couldn't tell if she was bluffing, but she could read between the lines.
那你就是有事要找我帮忙吧？我想问的就这些，轮到你了。
还真有事要你帮忙，那就是开车送我回酒店吧。
Go to your place instead?
I can work with that.
Yeah. I will take it.
我很讨厌装模作样的人。
Pretend
我
to
来
be
陆家
Steve.
原本就是有别的事情要干，金融家知道之后才丢给了我这2项工作，顺路罢了，不是陆城的每一个人都非要找你不可。
Well, I
他们怎么
mean,
会知道你的行程？
Everything we've experienced said otherwise.
yeah.
吕璇，我没有骗你啦。我和金融家保持着该有的距离以及对双方秘密的尊重，只是我来路程的目的也需要他们帮忙，才提了一句。
Lyu Xuan nodded absently, fingers brushing her seatbelt, then froze. Memory cut through the fog in her mind. I think she'd forgotten something
我
important.
不能送你回去了。有个朋友跟我一起来豪庭，但没被卷入刚才那些事里，估计在外面等我半天了。
Terramorph.
我就说还有我不认识的女孩子嘛。
Lyu Xuan was about to ignore Pre-Jasper again, but then she remembered the link between Terramorph and Westflowing's pawn
说
shop.
不定你还认识他。
Oh. Lyu Xuan sprinted back to the
Back to
Galloping
horses.
Horses statue at Grand Court Center, the exact spot where the Heaven-Earth sphere had first torn her away from Terramorph. And we find Terramorph just having the best lunch of all time. She'd have expected by the time she returned it might have taken on a completely different form, unrecognizable, but instead it sat there openly in its true appearance, poised atop the stone platform that circled the statue. If it belonged there. Just as Lyu Xuan had guessed earlier, the nearby underground tech market was holding some kind of event. They're in their element. They're among their people. The area was filled with people, many in cosplay outfits, strolling casually around the plaza. Compared to them, Terramorph didn't stand out nearly as much.
不好意思，让你久等
Good for
了。
them.
Terramorph heard her and let out a soft laugh, fingers interlaced neatly atop its knees.
只是1小时，无妨。你见到陆文书了吗？了解到他隐藏在你命运中的秘密了吗？
Did she peel back the layers of your complicated fate? Did she peel back something else?
多多少少吧。
If you know what I mean,
他说他对异时空同位体很是了解。
Terramorph's hands tightened around each other. Intricate markings on its face rose slightly, following the curve of a smile hidden just beneath its collar.
你要带我去见他？
那当然，他还有很多事瞒着我。今天从黑水和陆文书口中得到的信息很多，我想整理一下。而且下次去见他就要把话全部套出来，所以我需要时间考虑。
Oh yeah.
反正他现在也很难离开陆城。警察找到任教授的尸体之后，要他暂时留在陆城，随时传唤配合调查。
Oh, they found?
我
Oh.
明白你不会让时间白白过去，可也要注意，能回答你的问题和满足我的愿望的陆文书，可对你避之若美。
Lyu Xuan took a moment to reflect on those last words. Then she said softly,
我倒不这么想，我觉得他现在也等着说出去一切的机会。
also possible.
Mm.
That can be arranged.
那我希望如你所愿。
And meanwhile, Pre-Jasper's sitting there like, hey guys, what are you doing? Well, there's lots of things to see.
That was a long day.
My god, yeah. Holy crap. Oh. Where are we even going now? No? Under the dome? Okay, so go home. Go home. Meet Wenshu. Do we want to do the rounds for the side events first, and then call it a night?
Yeah, sure.
Don't actually know how long these will take. This looks like a boulder. As promised, Lyu Xuan had brought the twins to Piano Island to play. The underwater world aquarium was closed. They wandered around with the kids instead. Oh!
By the way, Lyu Xuan, do you know what a VTuber is?
The three of them sat on a bench near the pier, sipping milk teas while watching the gentle waves. Faced with Jasper's sudden question, Lyu Xuan could only guess the meaning from the two words. Virtual streamer? An old-timer like you wouldn't understand. Think of it like a cartoon character streaming live. There's a real person behind the screen acting it out. Wow. Lyu Xuan
I'm
squeezed.
staring directly into the camera right now.
Lyu Xuan squeezed Cinnabar's cheeks and turned to Jasper. Oh, you take Lyu Xuan.
So you get the idea. What's up? I get the idea. I heard about a pretty strange streamer recently. If you give her a gift worth over $500, she'll come find you.
Oh, virtual streamers, that's
Okay,
absurd.
just got an idea for another thing to offer.
Manchi. Yeah. it's literally no promises. It's just, I will find you.
I might.
What happens next is up to you. What happens next?
Meeting fans? That sounds odd, but it's not unheard of.
Dog you, yeah. Lyu Xuan let go of Cinnabar, who muttered while rubbing his reddened cheeks.
The point is, she appears right next to you the moment you give the gift.
Teleports behind you.
Instant fan service.
Yeah.
If that's true, then a lot of people must have seen her. Is she even human?
Oh.
What's weird is that no one reports the results, which just makes more people curious to try and give her $500.
Nothing, babe. Nothing personal, kid.
That sounds like a scam. You're not planning to try it, are you? And by the way, if I could link my coffee account.
Who'd waste their money? Oh, that smile.
I have to admit, I'm very curious about ko/fi.com/lets_frey.
Donate $500 to that Ko-Fi account, and I will teleport behind you. What happens next depends.
If you want to try, just call West Flowing. With it around, it shouldn't be dangerous. Do you have enough saved up allowance? It's more fun if I bring you along too.
Oh. Jasper leaned against Lyu Xuan, smiling sweeter than golden milk tea in her hand.
Oh.
Spend $500 there and she will appear in your mirror at 3 a.m.
Not clickbait.
Says Wenshu. Wenshu lit a cigarette, carrying a bag filled with bread and sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the next day.
You live like this?
Lyu Xuan gets a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter and just lives for a week. Yeah. Struggle meals are struggle meals. Yellow Island in the night. Rain felt desolate. The streets were empty except for her, and the last few ferries churned the waves out at sea. Passing by the landmark octopus statue, she glanced at it a few extra times, only to spot a vague human-shaped figure swaying beneath it. Ooh. Did I see that wrong? After a moment, the figure seemed to notice her and began drifting slowly toward her. No way. When she stepped back twice, turned around, and walked away quickly. What she researched certainly wasn't incorporeal things like this. Should call someone else for help. Ghosties?
Oh, whoa.
Lyu Xuan pushed open the door. Oh, hey. Oh. Lyu Xuan pushed over the lab's front door, looking utterly exhausted. Wenshu, hiding beside the couch, cast her an eager glance with Pelion at her side. That boat owner who worked with Lyu Wenshu had apparently played a key role once again. Lyu Xuan, over here, quick.
You better actually have something going on.
Lyu Xuan strode toward her, but halfway there, she noticed something strange. Did you bring the choco pies? Oh!
Oh, hi!
She turned her head toward the ceiling corner of the lab. There was clearly a shadowy human figure hanging in midair. It was such a textbook ghost that it bordered on cliché.
Is this a friend? No way, there really is one. Is this a VTuber?
Of course, what did you think? Did you donate $500 to your favorite VTuber, Let's_Frey? Lyu Wenshu's voice came out as a sort of soft-spoken shout, squeezed out from her throat, which only made it sound ridiculous. Pelion, however, didn't seem concerned. It jumped onto the couch and lightly tapped the crouching Lyu Wenshu on the head. Gave her a paw. Looks like guns don't work on it. Whoa, sorry.
Looks like guns don't work on it. You might as well call the twins instead of me.
You're way too calm about this.
Look, it's not even doing anything. It's just hanging there. You're like a decoration.
What kind of decoration is that? The kind you'd only see in the underworld.
It's October. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Spooktober.
Hey, wait a second. This ghost looks...
Caked up. Lyu Xuan frowned slightly, staring at the shadowy figure. I mean... Happy
This
Ween.
is the one you saw near the octopus statue, right? Huh?
Wenshu nodded vigorously, which only encouraged Pelion to pat her head harder.
And I'm pretty sure it looks a lot like Professor Wren. Speak on that. Actually, it must be. I separated him from the eyeball back there.
Huh? Wenshu shot to her feet, making Pelion hop away in a circle to avoid her. Oh, wait. Yeah, it is.
I don't see the resemblance.
He's wearing a suit. Looks like only a suit. All her earlier fear replaced by sheer irritation. What am I afraid of? Old man, you're dead. Just move on already. Stop hanging around. Even more annoying than you were when you were alive. Thought you were some kind of ghost. Turns out it's you. Go. Get lost.
So mean to him.
Bullying him into the afterlife. After her barrage of complaints, Professor Wren's lingering phantom seemed to retreat as if scolded into submission, backing away through the wall and vanishing from sight. Just with like a Homer Simpson backing into the hedge meme.
Maybe come all the way out here for nothing.
Totally my fault for not looking carefully. Thanks for coming, though. Why don't you just rest at my place? I'll show you around Piano Island tomorrow.
Don't mind if I do. Not sure that counts as compensation, but I can't be bothered to head back, so sure. I'll crash at your place tonight. You got that long-term rental at the hotel, right?
Yep, duplex unit. Looks amazing.
It does sound nice. Leon, let's go.
And there was one bed.
Oh, yes. And it was for Pelion.
Yes. Lyu Xuan waved her hand, and Pelion bounded to her side, happily enjoying a round of petting. Yeah. Good pets. Ooh, this is the journalist, I bet. She let her thoughts drift as she slowly shook instant coffee powder into her cup. She liked watching the fine granules clump together when the hot water hit. Just as she pressed the hot water button, a female doctor came bounding down the stairs, a child trailing right behind her. Oh, yeah, there's a journalist. Kira,
That?
reporter saw the doctor carrying Lyu Xuan on her back, heading through the lobby and out the door. She wanted to follow immediately, desperate to know what had happened to the person she'd been watching most closely. Is this Terramorp? With the coffee
I do
powder.
not remember who voiced the journalist.
With the coffee powder, you could never. The coffee powder in her cup was already mixing with the water, and she couldn't bring herself to leave it, momentarily forgetting she could have just dumped all the powder at lunch. At lunch? At once. I think we gotta toss the journalist back and forth, depending on who she's in a scene with.
All right.
Those few seconds of hesitation were enough for Lyu Xuan to vanish from the hotel.
Something serious must have happened. Why else would they head out in the middle of typhoon? What on earth was going on?
She had an eyeball in her hand. The water dispenser beeped. The hot water flow stopped, but the reporter didn't move. She kept her eyes fixed on the door. Between the cup, she took a sip, only to yelp when the scalding coffee burned her mouth. I mean, yeah. Oh, what we got here? What we got here? We got a Terramorp. That's a Terramorp.
Woohoo, Terramorp.
Do you want Terramorp?
That's how it is. Two people leaning on each other, trusting without hesitation, above all else. That's Yuri, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just about to say Terramorp learns about Yuri. Yeah. Why are you suddenly asking about Yuri? This shapeshifter must be feeling alone, like it has no one, so it started asking about blood ties.
Can't deny it, and your bloodline is special. Close to mine, huh?
Are you pre-Cinnabar? Terramorph tapped its index and middle finger across the wooden table. Little walking motions. You're not.
I have no kin bound to me by blood, but when I take human form, suddenly I have billions of close relatives.
Terramorph just watching soaps. You're the only one who'd lump all humans together as family.
And yet you, true humans, live alongside other races.
Well, you could say that. In the end, we have a choice. You don't, right? Terramorph gave a slight nod and tugged its collar hiding its face. Oh.
Aw.
Or Terramorph.
I kind of like that minimalist Terramorph icon.
Yeah.
Anything to do in the future? Of course, tons of things.
Lingxi sat cross-legged on the couch, hugging a pillow, and rocking back and forth. We're back with the Paleon plushie.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta take a screen cap of the Paleon plushie.
Yeah. Go, go, go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Just going out to wander is already new for me, let alone meeting you. Yeah.
Aw.
You know, when she's a little down, dragging her outside just to watch her expressions change is pretty fun.
Oh. All of it's with Lyu Xuan.
Just that. You want to try traveling alone too? Maybe to some little town where it snows all winter?
Oh. Lingxi paused and smiled wryly before continuing.
You've never really traveled. I've only read about other people's trips, and guessed it must be fun. Thinking about it, there's so much I haven't done. I don't even know what would suit me best. It's not a bad thing. I'm free now, so many choices. Who knows? Maybe running a company for real could be fun too. But why ask me all of a sudden? Why ask me all this now? Well, tell me, you've lived so long there's nothing left you want to do? Are you having a midlife crisis?
No, I was just thinking I've had that moment too, when I broke free from shackles and pain and finally had my freedom. Like you, I dreamt about the future.
Oh, so that's why you call yourself the one who walks the world without restraint. That mean a lot to you, even though it is such a chuny title.
Terramorph had to admit, Lingxi was quick to see through it, so it only nodded and buried its face deeper in its collar. Embarrassed. Cute.
Cute.
That looks like a boulder the size of a small boulder. Lyu Xuan carried a paper bag full of succulents and held a small potted plant with a hanging net in the other hand. In front of her, Yijun was half squatted, carefully inspecting the potted plants on the shelves, none of which Lyu Xuan recognized.
Don't see anything I want. Let's go.
Lyu Xuan nodded and nudged the glass door with her shoulder, letting Yijun pass first.
Thanks for caring so much for me.
No problem.
No problem.
Well, Lyu Xuan led Yijun walked through the winding small streets near Zhongshan Road, and Lyu Xuan tried to find a topic unrelated to potted plants.
By the way, do you know about VTubers?
Oh no.
You watch them too? My favorite is Don Don Patapon.
Oh no. There's a rumor that if you donate $500 to ko-fi.com/letsfray, Don Don Patapon will appear behind you and play the Patapon drum.
I don't really watch this. Twins just mentioned a strange streamer before.
Yijun looked slightly disappointed, but nodded.
What streamer? Didn't think they'd watch either.
Twitch.tv/Freya Fukunaga. Lyu Xuan wanted to say that she hadn't expected Yijun to watch either.
They said there's a streamer who, after receiving a gift, suddenly appears right next to the viewer, might not even be human.
We should collab with them.
So real.
What?
Oh, I know that one. I've seen her too. She's called Kurt Moon.
I mean, we know Kurt Moon.
Moon? Streamers have all kinds of names. Kurt's older streams were mostly casual talk and didn't get much attention.
Ah, just chatting streams.
Yeah, they're actually the most popular category.
Yeah.
And one day she said that if enough gifts were sent, she would... Her exact words were reverse unboxing. The effect seems like what the twins described. She'd appear next to the viewer. Powerful.
Reverse unboxing streams. I will box you for $500.
I will put myself in a box. You think that's real? Imagining an unboxing stream at a graveyard now.
Oh God!
Look at comments and clips. The viewers who sent gifts couldn't really explain if they actually saw her.
Donate to Freya and she will put you inside of a box.
Mostly they didn't know what they saw, but they heard something. When they looked back, she was gone. Already zipped to the next donator. Sounds unbelievable. Interested? You could watch the next live stream. The live stream itself is fine. Jasper wants to try giving her a gift to see what happens.
I hope this is a subplot that we get to see resolved.
Please. Then let's try together.
Oh my gosh. Yijun's excitement grew so much that Lyu Xuan almost felt her pale pupils sparkling. Faced with that, Lyu Xuan could only say,
let's find a time, call the twins too, and give it a try.
streaming party! Heck yeah. Oh my god. Gotta wait till next stream though.
Okay. Look forward to that next stream.
Yeah.
Prepare $500.
Prepare $500. Yeah, I think we'll kick off next stream with the dogs.
With a stream.
The dogs, the journalist, and the reverse unboxing stream.
Yeah, I am not looking forward to the dog.
Yeah, the dogs are a very concerning subplot.
We gotta get out of this house.
Yeah, our neighbors are up to some weird shit. Oh, good lord. Alright, who we raiding? What is happening here? Ooh. My issue is I have a bunch of names on my follower list that I don't know very well.
There are so many people live right now.
Real.
Everybody loves Woman Wednesday.
This is true.
It looks like Dawn is streaming right now.
Oh, who's that? If you donate him $500, he'll appear behind you and start putting your stuff in boxes.
Hey, he's helping you move.
Yeah, it's the complete reverse of the boxing stream. It's the reboxing stream.
Reeboks like the shoes?
Oh. Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna raid these guys.
All right.
They have the Novus form. They're playing the Mon Hunter.
Oh.
I see a giant mechanical thing with a spinny light on top right now. It looks like fun. It is having a bad time. It's now spewing lasers. That feels like the opposite of monster hunting. All right. Before we go, anything you got going on later this week?
Tomorrow I play Nosia unless I am too sleepy.
This is fair. And I'm not
sleepy girl who is sleepy.
And I'm not going to promise anything because the last few times I promised something, it didn't come to pass. So
very understandable.
I will
patting you.
Is Pat, thank. we'll hope to reverse the fortune by not promising anything and then delivering something.
Manifesting.
One of these days.